They're both 88.
Oh.
They don't have the energy.
Don't they have brothers or sisters or anything?
Nope, has no brothers, no sisters, no kids.
Holy cow, we're up.
So, and the heirs are two 88-year-olds.
Oh, okay.
And I guess his mom went out there, saw the mess, and just started crying and walked away.
You know what? That is a lot for older.
It's overwhelming,
people.
yeah. So, and those things happen a lot. And down in Arizona, you get a lot of elderly that move there. They're in Florida and die there. Yeah. And their kids, a lot of times, are in another state. And it's not that easy to come from another state. And, handle. Anyway, that's what we're going to try to take advantage of.
What did he die of?
You know what? I don't even know.
But I can see that. With the parents. I mean, that's great if you find something that.
A lot of times, it's the kids, younger kids. They're standing there. It's like, okay, read the will and hand me my money. Hand me my check. I want to go. And they're going, well, we have to sell a house, and we have to do this, and we have to do that. And I'm like, oh man, and so we can offer them 50% on a house and a check that day, and they'll take it. Because
there's a mic on in here.
Because they're late.
Yeah.
There's a mic.
Oh, there's a live mic. I just.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Oh, must have hit it by mistake.
Yeah, come on, guys. Got it. Get on the fucking ball.
No.
Look at fins up, motherfucker. Oh, thank you, Dano.
Fins up.
There's a little too much, just a little too much there, Dano.
Too much light here?
Just a little. No, yeah. And so Stephanie agrees that your Halloween costume should have been outlawed.
My wife was actually pissed off about it.
Where's my mic sock? Is it in the drawer? Just tell me. I can get it.
Right here.
No, that's not it.
Well, that's not it?
You want to give me cooties? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Clint.
Come on, Clint.
No, I couldn't tell.
Dig yourself, motherfucker.
I couldn't tell which one was. Oh yeah, it does have cooties. I see them.
Yeah.
I see them.
Red.
Exactly.
Oh,
We're up.
Hey, listen. Where can I get a lift? Come on, Clint. Help me out, please.
There's got to be rental places that
Come on.
They do rental. Boy, you know what they
Please
go for? I think
help
you should
me.
just buy one.
Huh?
I think you should just buy
Oh
one.
my God! For one-time use?
Well, we could all use.
Do you need it?
To paint my.
You'd never use it.
No. Paint my cabin. I need something like that.
Oh, you'd never. How are you going to get a lift up there?
There's a towable. Those one lifts are towable.
But aren't you on like a? Aren't you like out in the country in a fucking wood?
No.
You're in a subdivision.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like a real cabin.
No.
The ones they towed, don't they have four legs that go down to level it?
Yes.
Okay.
The ones that they're expensive.
Yeah, to buy.
They're $20,000.
What's 20?
Those towable lifts.
Yeah, but to rent it from Home Depot.
It's $1,000 a week.
A week, okay. So what?
Oh no. It's not that much.
Yes, it is. For a week, you can buy it by the day and stuff, but yeah, it is.
There might probably been 4 hours. You don't need more than 4 hours, do you, Tom?
Hell no.
Probably half day would be.
If I could just
Let me see.
put the plugs on and it's plugged in, I get everything ready, just hanging it. I'll get it done in 4 hours for sure.
Yeah, sure. It's just there and back. Yeah. I still think you should buy one.
I'm bad about that.
What's that?
Buying stuff.
But that's such a cool deal. A towable lift with a little man basket on there. That's holy cow.
It would be handy. Okay, now I need to go down and find Home Depot rentals.
And Clint, I can see, especially when the stuff that you do.
Well,
you
we
do
have a
stuff like that all
forklift.
the time.
We have a forklift with a man basket.
But don't you? How do you haul the forklift around?
On my my heavy trailer.
Okay.
It'll go on my 16-foot.
What kind of tires are they? The big outside tires or
No,
the little?
it's not. But it has
smooth.
pneumatic tires though. It's not.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's pneumatic tires and gasoline instead of propane, and it's got a three-stage lift. Three.
No, I think you're right.
Cylinders. It goes way on here. For a little forklift, it looks scary.
So what's nice about the thing? You can go out 20 feet.
Yeah, that's what I can't do.
Yeah.
Now, we used to have a scissor lift, but it wouldn't work outdoor for you either because it has no suspension unless the ground's perfectly level. It's just not.
Damn, that's great. Bastards. Hey, Tom Martino here. Well, it's kind of anywhere in the universe where we are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. I got a fun thing I want to do. You know the common man thing, right? Well, you can become part of the show. I usually buy lunch when people are here. And you can come in and you can say hi. Here's what I say. Plucked from the great unwashed. And the only requirement is that you love and adore me and have been a long-time listener. But now I got another challenge. I'm going to do the common man, but I'm also going to do the common man unplugged. Here's what that means. I am going to allow my common man to take a segment by themselves with me here, but they can take it by themselves and actually talk and be a co-host for a segment, in addition to be a common man for the whole show where you sit around and say hi and just talk. All right? But what I'd really love to do today is open up the hotline, 303 Martino, 303-627-8466, for anyone and everyone who disagrees with anything I've said, and every time you hear me, it makes you cringe. Why do I say that? Because I have actually had my mind changed and my stance change and my approach change based on knowledge. I'm not one who believes I know everything. Well, here's what I believe, that we are a clearinghouse of information. That's it. And you know what distinguishes me from everyone else? The only thing is that I have taken in this information and retained what I thought was common good to all. That means over 40 years, now it's been almost 40 in Denver, more than 40 if you count outside of Denver, I have talked to consumers in one way or another, either on the phone, U.S. mail, email, whatever. In some form or fashion, I have talked to hundreds of consumers a day. And that extends on the weekend when I check my email. That's 7 days a week, hundreds, for more than 40 years. I believe that I am the only person, the only direct person who has actually talked to this many consumers about all issues. You may have someone who's an expert on this or an expert on that, but I'll bet you have never heard of anyone who talked about consumer issues as much as I have. So what I do is catalog the information. Now, I'm not here to toot my own horn. The purpose of what I'm saying is to let you know that I truly want to be better. At 66 years old, I want to be better. Do you know it was one man who called this show and challenged me doing a commercial about stem cells that completely changed the entire landscape of advertising? I went into iHeart and said, I will no longer at all ever do a commercial for Stem Cell Institute of America. And they said, why? Blah, blah, blah. And obviously, listen, iHeart, any media company, they want to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. But I will tell you one thing. iHeart will never, ever, 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 ever force you to do something that you don't believe in ever. I don't care what people say. They don't. But here's what I liked. I researched based on one man. I wish I knew, and if this guy is listening, if he'd call. He said, Tom, you're talking about stem cell therapy, and they don't have stem cells. They're using amniotic fluid, and that doesn't have living stem cells. And it all started from there because in the beginning, I knew so little, and everyone knew so little about stem cells, you just figured if amniotic fluid is packed rich with stem cells, then it must be good to use, not knowing the intricacies. I'm not going to get into that right now because I got to get to the phones. Now, I have two people here, two attorneys I want to take. I have Blake Harris from My High Estate Planning. This is not an estate question. However, I figured when it comes to probate and death and taxes and property and trusts and all that, he may have run into this. It's called involuntary, what did you call it? Involuntary what did you call it, Daphne?
Involuntary bailment.
bailment. Let me explain what bailment is. It's a term. Here's what bailment is. It's a term like when you give your keys to a valet and he takes your keys and parks your car and you pay. That creates what's called a bailment. I think that's what it is, meaning you have entrusted them, they have stepped up, and they have certain responsibilities. Before we do anything, I'd like to know, Blake, am I explaining bailment properly?
Yes, exactly. The same thing when you leave your laundry at the laundromat. If you don't come and pick up your laundry, they have a right to sell your laundry.
Well,
and get
okay,
paid for whatever.
that's bailment where you have neglected it, but bailment in general is you give someone, you entrust someone with something, right?
Right.
And most of the time, there's bailment, and we don't even think about it. We valet, we drop off stuff at the dry cleaners, we have all kinds of goods and services. But in the cases where there is bailment, like involuntarily or accidentally, what happens? So I asked Blake Harris. He's an attorney at law for milehighestatePlanning.com. And, of course, this may not be something he deals with every day, but I knew he had a great legal mind. I wanted to ask him a question. Janet was taking care of basically one of her friend's sons. Now, her friend was dying and wanted Janet to take care of him. And she said, okay, he can live with me and go to college. And then one thing led to another. He moved out, okay? It doesn't matter why. They just had a disagreement. Now, Janet, as I understand it, you were not collecting rent, right? This was a courtesy or what?
Yes, it was a courtesy.
Okay. Now, even if somebody's chipping in for, rent or whatever, it's not a real rental agreement. So, Blake, this guy moves out. How long ago, Janet?
A couple of months.
Okay. And she doesn't hear anything. So now what?
Janet, have you tried to contact him? Have you let him know that you do not want to continue to store his stuff?
I have tried, but there's no way for me to get a hold of him. He's living in to my knowledge, he's living in his car or.
It's one of those, he's in a van down by the river kind of stories.
Okay. Do you have an email address for him or a phone number that you could text so you can have some writing trail of your attempt to contact him?
I have his former address, or his cell phone number.
What is the requirement, Blake? There is no bailment. I mean, there was no intentional bailment. He's not renting a room. He's a friend staying there, and he leaves stuff behind. I guess it wouldn't be much different if it was bailment. I don't know, Blake. What happens?
So based on the amount that it costs you to store that, you are gaining a lien on those assets every single month that he's gone. So if it's costing you the equivalent of $200 a month to store his property, then each month you gain $200 in interest.
Yeah, but she wants to get rid of it. She doesn't care about the money. She wants to get rid of it. What does she do?
Well, then technically what she would do is sell off the property. She could pay herself some for the cost it takes and the time it takes to sell the property, as well as the cost of storage.
And if there's anything extra, she can keep it aside in case he comes asking.
That, or she could deposit with the lost funds with the state of Colorado. Same thing we do in probate when you can't find a beneficiary. We'll deposit them with the lost funds with the state of Colorado.
And what is the reality, Janet? What is the reality that this guy will come after you? Now, I don't want to tell people don't do the right thing just because it's a weak victim. But still, what are the consequences if you simply do what you want, Janet? What will this guy come back?
I doubt it.
Yeah. So I think what Blake said.
I just want to make sure that I'm doing things legally because I have to have his things out of my home because I've sold it.
Now remember, you're going to make an attempt to write to him. You're going to set a price for storage. You're going to backdate to how much he is paying for storage. You're going to now either sell it or store it, and you're going to apply any money you get toward what you're owed. And listen, we're not saying this is going to hold up. We're not saying, this is an accidental bailment. What we're saying is it'll show genuine intent and no intent to defraud. Again, this is the best we can do under the circumstances with what you've given us. We call it an involuntary bailment. Blake Harris, attorney at law. Blake, Another thing that comes up, and I want to ask you about this very quickly because I have to take a break and then we have another attorney to answer another question. But when someone dies, does a landlord have any obligation to the estate?
The landlord does not have any obligation to the estate. They can give the same notice they could give to an individual and go through the eviction proceeding just as though there was an individual still in there. So the estate has the same rights that an individual would have. They have to continue to pay rent, but if they don't pay rent, which a lot of the states won't do, then the landlord can go ahead and evict and throw everything out after getting proper notice.
And another thing, Blake, we've had in a nursing home or in a home where there's 30 days notice required or 90 days notice and the person dies, the estate seems for some reason they can get out of that. And they can't because that's not an excuse, believe it or not.
Estates can have a lot of leverage in negotiating settlements and getting out of contracts.
Right, of course. But what I mean is, if they hold 30 days because they didn't get 30 days notice and the guy dropped dead, they're within their right to do that.
Yes. The nursing homes can wait, and then after that period, if nobody is paying the rent, the nursing homes have different rules than standard landlord tenants.
All right. Anyway, Blake Harris, MileHighEstatePlanning.com.
You wouldn't use an 18-wheeler to teach your son how to drive. It's too big. And you wouldn't take a family road trip in his toy car. It's too small.
Home Depot has a small scissor lift for $118.
Did you say Denver trial lawyers? They're here. Really, can I do something else? This is just, let me do another 60. And Mile High Estate Planning we just did. Can I please just do another 60? Oh my God. Rocky Mountain Retrofoam. Can I please do it? Please, can I?
And also on Denver Trial Lawyers, Mark, back to me, just keep it the way you're doing it.
What?
Keep your commercials the way you're doing it with that phone number.
Oh, okay. Thank you for finding that out.
Well, this comes with a trailer for that price.
Oh, really?
My God. Holy shit. Listen to this disclaimer.
12 foot, though.
Oh. How high do you have to get, Tom?
Hey, you're not going to hear a bunch of disclaimers on this commercial. I'm just going to tell you one thing. Rocky Mountain Retrofoam is the best retro insulation you can do. It's made for those homes that are older or have been built with regular insulation. You may say, well, I have insulation. No matter what you have, it'll never stand up to this stuff. People are choosing to go the extra mile because they want to stay in their home and save money. It can save up to 50% on energy bills, no exaggeration. And of course, if you have an old home with no insulation, you're going to be better off than new homes when you put this stuff in. If you look at the video, you're going to be amazed at how it works. It's an injection foam. It's not a spray-on. It doesn't get hard. It goes into the wall cavity, and it spreads and covers every nook and cranny. It gets firm enough just to stay in place, but you can snake through it, work through it. It never, ever hinders you. Plus, it makes your home more quiet. There's no off-gassing. It's environmentally friendly. You will love this stuff. Look at the video and amaze yourself. FoamYourWalls.com. The best. 720-676-6333. So we can mark on hour one, we can mark Mile High Estate Planning done. Now, if you want to substitute, I'll do it, whatever you want. Denver trial we're going to do now. Are you sure that's the number for Denver trial?
Yeah, let me double check.
Well, don't double check.
No.
Let me look at my ad because
Okay.
I think we have all totally different
Yeah,
information.
and sometimes your ad is different than what's
And it
on the
shouldn't be.
referral list.
Or we won't get
But
any
they're
value.
tracking. I don't know. So what I wanted to let you know is I just sent you an email from Heather that has all the information. Steve has already looked through the information.
What are we talking about now? The oh yeah. I wrote notes on this. Damn it, I have notes that I wanted to bring up. Damn. I had great notes on this. Here it is.
Okay,
That
good.
one's pretty similar.
Okay, baby.
So I sent you that email that she sent.
Is that total
Steve said he's like
What?
what he read, he's worried about the person that she hit, that you know,
I know.
everybody's screwed, and that's what he said. I go, that's what.
But
he
I
said.
tell him I have some issues I want to bring up. Well,
Did you
don't
figure
worry,
out
I'll
if
get it.
the numbers right?
No, not yet. Here. What is it called?
Denver trial lawyers.
200 a day.
And this is probably something Suzanne would know off the top of her head, and I apologize.
Some have different ones for live and recorded.
Right, 647, yeah, it's different.
Oh, hold on.
4435.
There's two different models of JLG. JLG is a big time oil field they use.
4435. Okay, thank you, Tom.
3,400 pounds?
Sorry about that.
You don't think it's that heavy? That's pretty heavy.
That's what I'm saying, that is heavy,
Yeah,
yeah.
2 tons.
What are we talking about?
All these lifts,
Hey, are you? Oh, you're trying to find me a lift? Thank you.
yeah, we found,
I think you do the towable one. That scissor one might be tough to get around,
it's on a trailer.
even though it has a trailer. But,
How high do you gotta go, Tom? What do you gotta reach?
You know better than I do.
You gotta reach
The light, you know.
18 foot?
Well, you know, it's a hanger. I don't know. It's Clint. That's you,
Okay,
man.
well,
Just think of a big,
this scissor
big
lift
box.
goes to 12
What are
foot.
your hangers? The big box hanger.
They're about a 14-foot clear on the door, 16 foot.
That's all.
Yeah, so
Delbert Hicks is on line 3.
Oh, he loves him.
this is your first.
No.
Dan wants to marry him.
this is a 12-foot scissor lift, but you can reach to the lights from that.
Well, you don't want to stretch, you know.
Well, okay.
Come on.
You can
know.
put a ladder on that in the little man basket.
I've done that. Matter of fact, I put planking across right there. And I've reached up. We've done all that.
But you know what? At this time, Clint, you don't need to be doing that.
I have the,
No, you're not, Clint. Look, you don't have enough fucking problems. Be honest.
I have the harnesses with the catch thing.
Oh, you, come on,
So-
grow
so-
up.
Oh, they made us.
So
Don't
you fall
be-
down and you bounce
Grow
off
up! Come on, Clint,
and that
really.
hangs ya.
No.
Buy a towable one. We'll go in thirdsies. Tom, me, and you.
Mine to use, we can store it. Tom's on.
I bet
I want
could
you to
find
send me the buy and build I do.
a towable. You could find so much things to do with that.
You know what?
I looked on it. The cheapest one. I
You
found
just
was
tell me and I'll bring it up.
$100.
Just give me a little advance.
Years old.
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, I will have to do one of these Denver trial attorneys. They packed him in here. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This is a really important issue. We've had it before. We have lines open. You get your calls in, I'll get to you. I want to talk to an attorney about this. Now, these are attorneys, Denver trial lawyers. They do a lot of fighting. That's why they call themselves trial lawyers. They do a lot of judgments with judges directly, with juries. They do settlements. But here's the deal. They are aggressive, especially when it comes to bad faith. But what's bad faith? It's when an insurance company unreasonably denies a claim. But what I want to say here is it may not be bad faith, but I made some notes on what I believe could be an exception. Now, most insurance policies will exclude rideshare, if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, or food delivery or stuff like that. Deputy Dan looked it up. And almost every other service for food provides some kind of insurance to the driver while they are doing deliveries. However, Grubhub is probably the only one that offers zero protection. But there are some things that I think, even though they say they exclude it, I think there's things that make this different. Heather had an accident. She was just on her way to a delivery, almost there. And Heather, what happened to you? You ran into someone?
I got ran into at a left turn. I got faulted for it. But
because you were turning left, the guy coming forward hit you, right?
Yes.
By the way, that could be argued as well, just so you know, because even though you have the right of way when you are going straight, there is a little hitch to that. If a person is already in control of the intersection, you can't simply barrel ahead and hit them. But I want to know something in this particular accident, just for curiosity's sake. Did the collision happen with you hitting that person, or did that person hit you on the side?
They hit me. Basically, what happened?
Where did they impact your car?
They hit the back passenger side of my vehicle, back by my
well,
back
then that
rear
tells
tire.
me you were clearly in the damn intersection, but that's another fight. I want to get to this
Yeah.
one. Grubhub, you worked for Grubhub. You were delivering, and they say, sorry, your insurance says, sorry, Progressive says this, we're not going to cover you. Now, they brought up some terms, and, oddly enough, they don't have an exclusion for food delivery. It's for ride share. And if I were them, I would have kept my mouth shut. Whenever you give someone a specific, they can attack that specific.
Yeah.
Did you see anywhere else where that would be excluded? Does it say anything about commercial activity?
Not on commercial activity within my policy. However, they did say commercial activity in the denial letter that they gave me.
They did, but it doesn't say that in your policy. In your policy, the only thing they pointed to was ride share. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, I wanted to, again, I just dumped this on Steve Wahlberg's lap, Denver trial lawyers, asked him to take a look at it. Steve, what was your initial concept, or initial thoughts, I mean?
Well, you're on the right track as to first, whose fault was this collision?
Yeah.
Is somebody speeding through an intersection and Heather's 90% through and she gets clipped? Or did Heather take the right of way? That's a whole separate.
Yeah.
Fight, but you're right. That has to be determined. Normally, the way these cases come to our office is an injured person has been hit by someone from Grubhub, and we have to determine does Grubhub have insurance? Now, here's what Grubhub does that is sneaky. They put on their website, and I just went to their website while I was listening to your conversation with Heather, and if you apply, it says there is no need to have commercial insurance. Your personal auto insurance policy will work.
What? They actually say that? Could that be
on their website?
Could that be detrimental reliance or something? I'm just being an amateur here.
No, well, it's evident. Let's say where this is all going is what's called a coverage question. If a world war breaks out, a judge somewhere is going to have to determine if there's coverage. Now, the second layer of analysis is in the driver agreement that Heather signed, which you sent me, and I just had him read, but it says that Heather and driver, you must provide your own insurance. You are not covered under our policy. You must provide your own insurance. Okay?
Now,
all right.
Steve, I think they did a lot of things sloppy, both at Progressive and at Grubhub. What I'd like to do is, just for the heck of it, I want to bring up some points that I feel are arguing points, and I'd like you to score them on a point system from 1 to 5. I'm just being an amateur again, Steve, and we love to figure out how Denver trial lawyers think because, you guys have won a lot. So let's do this one. First, I thought the exclusion they highlighted was ride share, and I say that's ambiguous. So ambiguity, because ride share, you don't automatically think of food delivery, and I think the onus is on them because they drew up the policy. What is that an important argument or not? If not, that's fine. I just thought it was ambiguous.
All right. Let me tell you, that one is a little. The ride sharing is weak. I'm afraid that the insurance company does have a better argument. Let me tell you.
You're afraid that's not the only wording.
Right, and that's why when you sent me this policy to start reading it this morning. So the ride sharing is, it says, it's excluding ride sharing if you're transporting persons or property in connection with a transportation network company. So they're going to say she's transporting property.
Okay, so that's a weak argument. That's a weak argument. Number two. Yes, go ahead.
Well, then I had to go to, all right, what are all the exclusions, and do they define transporting property? So what does this mean within the policy?
Is it ambiguous? Again, we go back to that. What, in a nutshell, is it?
It is under ride sharing, but not under specific exclusions where it says this coverage does not apply to any vehicle being used for the retail or wholesale delivery.
Okay, that's enough. We got that, man. That to me, you see, I love these guys because they just go you go for what we need, and that is the essence. So what about this one? She did not. Now, here's I think is important. Maybe you don't. She never lied on the application because she got it before she was doing this, and there is no procedure outlined in the policy for when there is a change of circumstances, which could lead one to say, well, upon renewal, I would have brought it up. Is that any kind of an argument or not? That there's no procedure? They don't say, and by the way, if your conditions change, you got to notify us within so many days, or is that just hogwash too?
Well, it's all going into the salad of the argument, which the argument is Heather got screwed here, Your Honor.
Yeah.
They told her that her insurance would work. She had insurance.
Yeah, that's a strong one right there.
Never requested her insurance so they could independently review
it. Oh, no, they did. They asked, that was my next argument. They asked for proof of insurance and gave the false impression it's okay. Didn't they ask for proof of insurance, Heather?
They do. I have emails of them requesting for proof of insurance and then emails saying that let's see, I've got it right here. Grubhub for drivers has reviewed and accepted your documents. There is no further action to take at this time.
Now, Steve, they should have said this isn't going to cover you. See, I think you got them over a barrel. Steve, I see these guys, I'm sorry, man. Grubhub, I think, is at fault. But
I think you've got an argument. Now, let me tell you how it would play out, okay?
Yes.
What happens is now we go back to I'm representing an injured person. If the facts were that Heather was completely at fault here, let's just and that's debatable.
All right. If you could do me a favor, Steve, what I'd like to do, I have to take a break. It's breathing down my neck. You know how it works. Here's what I want to do. I want to come back and go through those action steps, what you think you got. And if she has to do it on her own, I mean, this is not a big case. I'm not asking you to take it, but we would love to hear how you think on it.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael.
He doesn't understand the brevity we require.
Steve, but you know that now you got to have licenses and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not saying we should do this, but if I did my spot before traffic, that's not allowed, right? Because this is supposed to be top of the hour, right? I mean, or top of the break, the traffic.
Hey, do you think you got a license to trip towable there? Because you got to do a trailer.
Yeah. Well, towables, trailers can have license plate.
Right.
That's how they book them all the time, though, right? This is booked as a commercial, right?
I have a homemade, yeah. Anyway, it says homemade.
Okay, that's what they call it?
When I told my Cessna, I made a
sponsored feature
for a tongue, towed backwards somehow. I stamped the same serial number on that as my so the Cessna became a homemade trailer and hung my stasis plate in the back of it.
Who's ever going to get you?
I know a farmer who has like 10 trailers in one
One
place.
nice place, I believe it.
All right. Buy and Build has a new location. If I don't do anything but tell you that, it's worth it. 560 South Lipan. Now, here's what's important. Yes, they do the cabinets, vanities, granite, tile, hardwood, floors. They do walls. They do plumbing and electrical fixtures. Listen, they also now do installation. They did it for me. You will love them. And they're still below wholesale. That's 560 South Lipan. It's just west of Alameda, 2 blocks south on Lipan, 303-295-6022, buyandbuild.net.
Here's something you probably...
Now, according to my clock, I was 2 seconds over, or was I more?
It's just a crane.
What should I look forward next?
It's just hydraulic. So you'd have to have a hydraulic mount and some on, yeah. That's only
There's a little thing. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've seen them used in stores. It's all in you roll out by hand. It's got fold out levers you fold out. It uses a bottle of air to go out.
Oh, really?
And it goes straight up. For what Tom needs, that would work. But, you know, you're talking about the ones with an arm on it, like if you want to paint everything.
Right. And you gotta go out.
Yeah, that would be really handy. How much does that little scissor lift?
Just 100? They're not 100. That's in Westminster.
Yeah.
That looks like a level one, too.
And that will go
Is this run of schedule, or is this is run of schedule for sure? It just happens to show up here. Or is it booked on this show? Yeah.
Look how big that is.
Okay.
66.
There's no way of telling if it was booked as a live, recorded live, or run of schedule. Do you know if they're just run of schedule 6A to 6B?
36 horizontal reach. Holy shit.
Those are nice.
No, my neighbor up there and stuff too, friends. They would use
I
it
just got a
too.
man basket that fits on my forks.
Yes. No, I think for yours and
Handy. Getting it over to Tom's hangar.
Did you know indoor air can be
sure. I mean, you gotta. I mean, that's
outdoor
just
air?
even on a heavy trailer. That's a
And if
pain
you
in the
suffer
butt.
from
It's
allergies or asthma,
I just think
breathing
those
clean air
towable
is
ones
not
are
just
perfect.
important, it's essential. I'm Jaya Rao, co-founder of Molecule, makers of radically different air purifiers.
Here's an older
Until
one.
now, the most common way to get cleaner air was with a
22.9.
HEPA filter. But
Same thing.
outdated HEPA technology
It's older, but it's 51. Oh, that's 51.
That's on the same floor.
Look at this. Does it make 51 work height, 45 reach? No.
You guys are still helping me here? You sons of bitches. I love it.
Yeah, we're curious about
We just need your checkbook.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, this is dual fuel.
Find all expensive stuff, 22, 30,000.
Hey, if I got a pickup truck and put a ladder, no, never. A ladder on top of a pickup, never. High enough.
Tom,
It's
not worth doing it like
Getting
that.
hurt.
I've got a step ladder that goes up
But seriously, if you're
12,
12, yeah.
the highest, yeah.
I mean, I do.
And it's not 14. I know it's higher than that.
Could be E60.
Jesus Christ, it is. Come on, they put jets in there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, my ones are 14, but those have got to be taller than that because the tails get really hot, tall on jets.
Yeah, but it may not be that high though for that tail, because I know some of these guys. One guy had to cancel his purchase because he had to end up either getting another hanger or whatever, and it was like, you know.
I was in a Walmart store and I saw this little thing. It was aluminum. The guy was just rolling it out.
And it goes straight up, you said.
It goes straight up. And
Outriggers.
4 outriggers.
Use an air bomb.
I wonder how much it goes like this. That was.
Well, not too much because it just goes straight up. They used a bottle of compressed air.
Well, you know, if it's Walmart, they're gonna be safe. They're not gonna.
Yeah, that's what they were
I should
using.
put the call out for anyone who has one to meet me there.
Yeah.
I want a total. I do. I want it.
There's no towables on
I mean, because this here, it takes too big. It'd be so easy to store. You can just.
Hi, Tom Martino here. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Hey, you thought I forgot?
Yesterday I gave some
yesterday I gave Joan Sullivan at Approval Reverse Mortgage. She hasn't reported back, but I asked her to report back. I gave her some soft gels. It's great for pain. They have formulations for anxiety and for sleep. RealCBDThatWorks.com, and it's Panacea. It's a local company in Golden, a pharmaceutical lab, Panacea Life Sciences. So let's talk. Steve Wahlberg, Denver trial attorneys, or Denver trial lawyers. Here's the bottom line. She was delivering for Grubhub, and they denied her claim at Progressive, saying she was engaged in ride-sharing or commercial activity. Steve is pretty much convinced their exclusions are pretty well defined. So it was excluded, but Grubhub seems to have misled her. They said, your insurance is good to go, let's do it. They actually asked for her insurance to look at it. And then Steve Wahlberg, attorney at law, one of the principals at Denver Trial Lawyers, he says they actually say on the website, no need to get insurance. I didn't see that at all. But anyway, I asked Steve, what would he do from this point forward? What is the action plan? What should Heather do? She was found at fault, or by the cop, not by a court. So what would you do, Steve, for her, or what should she do for herself?
Well, Heather's claim against Grubhub is you negligently misrepresented that my insurance would work. I'm not an insurance specialist. You told me there was no need for me to have commercial insurance and that my personal policy would work. I gave you my personal policy. Yep. You reviewed it. You then sent me out on the road. I'm thinking all good. I'm not an insurance specialist. What do I know?
Okay,
about
good.
That's her claim. The way it will come up in an action is the injured person. And normally I'm on the side of people that are horribly injured. So we bring a claim. Say the medical bills are $50,000.
You're talking about the other side, the one that got hit by her. Yeah, oh, right.
Yeah. And we're going to work with Heather. Remember, I don't want to sue Heather personally. I want the insurance.
Right.
So what I'm going to do, and this might sound a little counterintuitive to Heather, is I'm going to sue Heather and I'm going to sue Grubhub, and I want Heather's attorney to come along and say, wait a minute, it's not my issue, it's Grubhub's. I relied upon their representations, and so you now get the insurance of Grubhub. I'm probably not going to get Progressive. I'm probably not going to get her personal insurance.
Right.
You never know, but I'm going to try to get her personal
Okay,
insurance.
I have a question. Who is the carrier coming after you, Heather, the other carrier? Are you – oh, I'm sorry. I didn't bring her up yet. Let me bring her back up. Heather, who is the other insurance carrier?
I believe it's Encompass Insurance.
Okay. So anyway, you need – here's the deal. Like Steve says, if the other party came to them, they would actually help by getting this other party made whole through Grubhub and not through you personally, and he thinks he can probably go after him. And by the way, he doesn't want to sue you. In fact, that's one of the things about a good attorney. They don't go for a long battle if there's nothing at the end of the rainbow. I mean, there's no reason to. If you can't collect – Steve, there are some times that people are just poor and they don't have enough coverage. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to go to a 6-month case for that.
Never. And here's how people protect themselves. You're consumers, and I've heard you talk about this before, Tom. You need to buy uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage.
Yes.
It is the key because 30-40% of people are driving out there with no insurance or with $25,000, or they're in a Grubhub, Uber situation where they're not on duty or their coverage war breaks out. And you need to protect yourself with uninsured motorist coverage, and then I can throw everyone into court. If Grubhub won't cover Heather, if Progressive won't cover Heather, I throw all of them into court and the uninsured motorist carrier.
I get you. Now, Heather,
who's got coverage?
Heather, you know, first of all, I am not convinced that you're guilty, and Steve will tell you that the traffic citation does not enter into the personal injury if you have a good attorney. Steve, it's not automatic, is it?
Oh, it's not admissible at all. You don't even have to be a good attorney. There's a rule that says in the civil case, the evidence of who got the ticket is not admissible, or if there even was a ticket.
Oh, my goodness. So how do you determine who's at fault?
Well, based on eyewitnesses, based on the police. Now, often you're going to call the cop.
Right.
Stuff's obvious on its face. I mean, if it's a rear-end collision,
yes, I got it.
Ran a stop sign or a red light. But let's say you got one of those goofy, I'm coming on the freeway from an entrance ramp, and someone's moving from the left lane to the center lane to the right. And, you know, and the cop makes a judgment call that somebody's at fault. Well, we're not bound by that. I want to talk to my own eyewitnesses, and I want to cross-examine that officer to determine why he made that decision.
Okay, I have an idea then. If she was injured, she could go after Grubhub. She could go after the other person's insurance if she was injured, right?
She could go after the other person's insurance.
Right. So Heather, you need, I'm not saying you need to manufacture an injury, but if you were injured in any way, shape, or form, that would open up the door for you to get coverage from them and to keep them from subrogating against you. And that would be your personal injury suit. And you would claim you were not at fault. And based on what you told me and where you were hit, it sounds like you were clearly in the intersection. Again, if you want to consult anyone, but you're not injured, if you were injured, it would be better for the consultation. I'm not saying, again, to manufacture an injury, but that's where you stand. Steve says you're better off if somebody else on the other side goes after you and Grubhub, and you guys all gang up on Grubhub. Now, this is what you call strategy. Denver trial lawyers for catastrophic injuries. They have sued nursing homes, birth accidents, all kinds of stuff. 303-647-4435. Let's keep, and they're on my referral list, referrallist.com. Let's keep going. Delbert needs a lawyer. Tammy wants to talk about the call she got from the FBI. Nancy wants to talk about a trash company. All of that coming up. Who do you want, bro? Oh, you told me already, right? Johnson. Now, roughly, in hour 2, I have Denver Trial, Rocky Mountain Retro, and Fuller. All good? Third hour remains the same. Johnson Construction has one of the first hail-proof guaranteed roofs on the market. And we're talking about EuroShield, and they are the exclusive along the front range for this. Listen to this. This stuff is virtually indestructible. Made from recycled tires, but trust me, it looks beautiful. Do you know like 1,000 tires can go into a normal size house? So it's eco-friendly, isn't it? By the way, this hail-proof roofing has a lifetime warranty. Stunning designs, a wide variety of styles, and installed by the experts at Johnson Construction. Roofsbyjohnson.com. Look at the video. Wow, you'll be convinced. 303-719-ROOF. Maximum insurance discounts, and also it has insulating and soundproofing qualities. Roofsbyjohnson.com. 303-719-ROOF.
Hey, Tom, I've got a man lift. It's a platform with a railing around to put on forks. We put on our forklift. Does somebody out there have a forklift we could slide that on? I can bring that out.
Okay, that basket is picked up. Does it have the slots for the... Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just...
So if anyone has a forklift, forklifts don't always go high, do they?
Not always, but...
I could rent a forklift, but then I'd have to rent out and get... If I'm going to rent something, I may as well just rent the lift, right?
I can, if you're doing it, I can just throw that lift on.
Okay, let me ask you something. You have a forklift, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you transport a forklift?
On a tow truck.
On a tow truck.
The little back wheels.
A flatbed?
Will go right through the...
So if I had someone come up, like cast iron, and pick up those two things, bring it to my hangar and bring it back, it might be just as cheap as...
Oh, that might be a good idea. Because they'll go on a rollback.
Cast iron.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to ask cast iron what they would... Because if they don't have to do it the same day, they can drop it off and then come and get it.
Yeah, that'll work.
That's a good idea.
That'll go plenty high enough. I've even got ropes.
You'd have to show me how to operate it.
I've got ropes that go up to the basket.
Now you're saying it'll go how high? And it's stable.
This is a triple stack, so it goes to almost 30 feet.
Oh my God, I'll never go that high.
No.
Can you operate it from the basket? No, though.
Yeah.
You have to be able to. That's the law.
How?
You have to be able to, by law, you have to be able to operate it from the basket. I have a rope that goes down to the lever. When one goes to a pulley, and I pull one rope, and the other to the lever.
Yeah, but I would do it with somebody there.
It's better to have somebody there.
But you've actually done it alone, you jerk.
All the time.
Oh my God, you are. You know, I don't want to. You know, I don't want to be a troublemaker, but I don't want you dying.
I'm in the basket. I'm not going to follow the basket pulling a rope. The worst can happen is it gets stuck and I have to climb down the mast.
Have you ever done that?
Yes, I have.
You son of a bitch. You really have.
It's not that hard. There's stuff all the way down.
You're funny. You are funny.
But Tom,
you're not afraid of height?
Yeah, I hate heights.
I hate heights.
I've never seen
People don't understand that. They say, well, wait a minute, you're a pilot. Yeah, I am, but I hate heights.
I was at Moab with 8 pilots on dirt bikes, and the ladies who were on dirt bikes went right out across this arch ahead of us, and not one of us guys would go over it.
God, I want this towable lift.
It's funny, pilots.
That is weird, because there was 8 of us, not one of us, and they were all pilots, not one of us would go over that thing.
When they say work height, they put 6 feet above the actual platform.
So you're actually looking for one too?
Well, Dan's trying to find something to paint his cabin with. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
But I don't understand. Why don't you use regular, like, scaffolding, Dan?
It takes forever. You gotta undo it, move it, undo it.
No, you wheel it. You
But
wheel it.
How level's the ground?
Not very real.
Because I've got wheels.
Yeah, I know, but it's.
I've got a bunch of scaffold.
How high is your scaffolding down?
And then scaffolding, you gotta go up.
Each
then
stack
go
is
down.
3 foot, so you go up 3 stages, you're up 18 feet high.
Okay, can I use that? What's harder? That would be easier to transport. I can just use Rick's pickup truck.
That's true.
I mean, I could set that up. Would and then wheel it over to the other light? Wouldn't it be easier to do scaffolding?
Probably, if you know how to, you set up the first thing on wheels, and you put planks on, and then you stand on those planks to hand up you have to have a second person to hand up the scaffold to them, and you keep stacking up. 2 stacks would be high enough.
Well, how do you, wait, you have to build it. How hard is it to build?
Not hard.
But if you're up 30 feet, how you gotta climb on the outside to get up
I don't
there
think
too?
he's up 30 feet.
No.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm up 18 about.
Do you have one of those?
You're not up 30 feet, Dano. There's no way.
absolutely.
Your fucking house would be 30
Yeah.
feet.
Do you have one of those measures that measures with the beam? That measures the beam?
I think I can figure out.
I'll bring
how
you
high
one to measure how high that is, so we know for sure what we're doing.
So really, you have whatever I need. I just have to get it down there.
Yeah, okay. We've had to get up in hangars all the time for
Oh, I bet you do. You need this towable.
furnaces.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
55. Tammy, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening?
Well, my 84-year-old mom called me up, I don't know, around 9 this morning in tears because the FBI called her.
Yep.
And they were investigating her for drug
Gee.
smuggling.
Oh, yep. Oh, my goodness. Do they have a number?
No, she didn't write down the number.
And I mean, did you just allay her fears and basically say, it is a scam, Mama?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've told her, I listen to every day, so
Sure, thank
I've
you.
told her a million times, but these people scared her. They transferred her to several different agents.
So what does she want from you? What did she say? Dear, help me, call the FBI?
Oh, no, she called to let me know that they were investigating her, but she got it taken care of because she finally convinced the second or third guy that she talked to that she wasn't the criminal, but they needed her Social Security number in order to clear everything up.
She did not give that to them.
Yes, she did. So
Did they ask for anything else? I'll bet you they did. Did they ask for?
Yeah.
Did they ask for a
might have asked for her
birthday?
bank number or anything, but she didn't have her checkbook because I have it. But she did give them her Social Security number. So I called her bank, and all they can do is put a note on the account that her Social Security was compromised. I called and gave a report to the police in her town. And
Well, you can do the old credit freeze or alert.
That's what I was going to ask you next. I went online and got the
a credit
numbers
freeze is a pain in the ass sometimes, like even more so than you might think, because for anyone to do a hard pull, they're going to need a PIN number, or you're going to need to unlock it temporarily. And every time you lock and unlock, I believe it's $5. But I would do a credit freeze.
Okay, that's what I'll do with each of
Dano,
them.
do you have to do it? Can't you do it with just one that locks?
No, every time I've done it, all 3 credit.
And do you have to pay $5 for each one?
It hasn't. I've always gotten it free.
Yeah,
So
you've gotten credit. That's because you might have been in a group that was compromised and they offered that free.
Maybe, I don't know, but they didn't charge me.
No, online it says, at least I looked at TransUnion's
What did
thing
it say?
online, and it said it was free. They used to charge, and it was free. And if you
I
had
want to
paid
do a
once
credit
before,
freeze.
they can't give you a refund.
Does a credit? They can't give you a refund for what, dear?
If you had paid before to have it frozen, but now it's not. They don't charge you. So I was going to go do that with each of the 3.
I don't know
places.
why. I don't know why more people don't do that. I mean, that's just, they can never, ever, ever do anything without your PIN or without you unlocking it. Why doesn't everyone do it?
Well,
Dan?
it's a pain in the butt if you go to try to do another credit card or whatever, and then you got to go all 3
All right.
of them.
Now, what was the purpose of the call, Tammy? I mean, you did everything right. So what's the purpose of the call? Did you want to just let people know about it?
Well, I sent an email to you guys to find out what do I do, because
okay, good.
I was worried that
You
I
did the
needed
right
to do
thing. The
something.
credit freeze is the right thing.
Okay, I'll do that right away then with all
right.
3 of them.
All right, thanks. And let us know what happens. If you have elderly parents, please convince them never to give out information and that no one will ever call them. And you know the other one, the old grandson, granddaughter scheme, it's amazing how many fall for it. Years ago, someone in my family, well, an in-law, fell for it. Said, Grandma, and what did she say? Is this so-and-so? Yes, Grandma. Oh, my gosh.
And they'll have like a cold, so they can't really recognize their voice.
And the bad connection, maybe.
Right.
People, that one is really scary. They say, Mom, hold on, or Grandma, somebody wants to talk to you. And then the guy gets on and say, we're with so-and-so sheriff's department, and the bail is set at this, or, the fine is this. And they send the money.
And they take iTunes cards.
Yeah.
That's very
no,
convenient.
I think they do. They used to be old Western Union. Hey, this show, you never know, right? What you're going to hear. I want you to call, especially those people who disagree with me. You can call 303-MARTINO. The other's 303-713-TALK or whatever number you want. Ideal Home Loan. Do I have time to run down and get me a coffee at Starbucks?
You're in a different mood today, Tom.
Yeah,
you must have taken double.
No, I didn't take double, but I took it before. I didn't wait. Dan, it matters. It fucking matters.
You can tell your whole.
Yep. It matters.
Yeah, you're right today.
You're right.
Yeah, you're going.
That's a good way to put it, Clint.
Really going.
Damn, I want that.
There's got to be.
Look at that thing, 17 or 5.
Dan, what I was thinking of is like, those boom trucks, is that you buy it, do your job, and then sell it.
Well, that's what I would do with this here. Like, say, but my neighbors, like, say, I have a neighbor.
I got to train you guys to talk.
Yeah.
He likes to top trees off because he wants a big view, and he just bought some more property. And so he'll go up there and just try to top a tree. But, I've climbed trees before and topped them, but it's kind of scary.
Oh, open saddle, yeah.
No, not open saddle, just climb.
You just climbed it?
But I use electric chainsaws, so they're not too heavy.
Yeah, also electric chainsaws are nice because the second you off the trigger, it's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. To burn you. God, I had something happen to me last night. Can you see this little place on my head, forehead there?
Yep.
My lip?
Yep.
Got a piece of drywall.
Ooh.
Hit me. The bad one was this one, because right on the other side of that's that new implant.
So it cut the inside of the lip?
Didn't cut it, but it's bruised it. It hurts like a mother.
What were you doing drywall on?
Trying to get we're redoing that kitchen. The last thing left to take out is a pantry. I'm taking the pantry out, and I'm taking a wall out, and a piece of drywall came off the ceiling. It wasn't even disconnected, it just fell.
When I redid my kitchen, I was those, what do they call above the cabinets? Soffits. What a stupid thing to put in.
I know, and they don't do it anymore.
Because I didn't know if there was, what's behind here? Is there piping? Nothing.
Just usually it's just 2x2 framing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then when I put cabinets all the way to the ceiling, so yes, they're harder to reach, but it is storage.
Or you just random heights now too on cabinets. They do just random heights. That's what I did to cabin. They're all different heights and different things, and it looks cool.
I should show you a picture of my cabinet.
See, like that dump truck I just bought down there in Phoenix?
No, like I say, if you got places to put and things to do.
We bought a flatbed. Dump trucks are about 10 to 12 grand. In those Isuzus, but we found a flatbed that we can put the dump truck conversion on. The conversion, a 10,000 pound conversion, is only $1,500. Now I got to go down there and do about 3 days worth of welding. But once we put that on, now it becomes a dump truck. We paid $4 for it, and as a dump truck, it's worth $12. Wow. So we're never going to come out wrong on it.
Right.
And on the 20-foot shipping container, they're everywhere you look. They're $2 grand. Period.
That's a good price.
Everywhere you look
That's
at
a good
pigs, they're $2,000, same damn price.
Have you seen them? Have you seen it?
Yeah, my son has one.
Oh, no, what I'm saying is some of them are pretty rough shape, I heard.
Yeah, and they are. He's got a neighbor not too far from him that sells them. It's pretty close, too.
Oh, so you can probably do the
So he went over and picked through them. But, yeah, some of them have holes in the roof and everything else.
Right.
His had one round hole cut in the roof or something.
Or maybe something fell.
I don't know. No, it was a perfectly round solid hole.
Oh, okay.
It was like a 10-inch round
I
hole.
said if they fall, a round thing fell into it.
Oh, good. I don't know.
That's exactly.
Whatever, but they welded a patch on that and
Sure,
they painted
sure.
it to match his house.
Aren't they wood on top and side, or is it just
This
a
is all
bottom?
steel.
Oh, so it's not. It doesn't have a wood floor though.
You know, I've never seen the inside of it. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that that's.
It could be. I don't know.
But no, I think those things are great. They're ugly, but I think they're great.
Well, we'll take an arrows and paint it, you know, desert color out there or whatever. But once again, we use it when we're done and get $2,000 for it.
Yes.
So much of this stuff is you're better off buying it and reselling it.
Right.
If you can, because you come out.
As long as you have a place to store it.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of stuff like that.
Well, and that's the problem. I keep having more and more stuff.
And that's.
Doesn't matter how much space you have, you'll fill it up.
I know it.
You'll find a way of filling it up.
I know it. It's too bad Arizona was a little closer, because you could buy it and then just go back and forth, you know, and use it up here and use it down there. Oh yeah, that's what's nice about living on a farm. I mean, you had everything.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever did something.
My son's on 2 acres where he lives up in Desert Hill, so we can park the dump truck there.
But you just don't realize until you live in a city how much. How nice space is.
I've got 2 driveways. I got the driveway up front and the driveway that goes to the back garage. I've got 2 garages. The 2-car attached and a 2-car detached in the back. Everything's full. In the front driveway is a motorhome and a pickup. In the back one's 3 trailers right now.
Okay.
So you just fill it up.
No, I would be if I had. Well, I mean, I have 1.3 acres.
But you know what? Scaffolding is a little bit of a pain, but it works. And it's free.
I know, but okay, so you got, what do you do? So you got to do all the lower stuff, move it all the way around, and you put another thing, and then do the next. You know, it's just.
I'd work from the top down, but.
And then I got it's soft gravel that's around there. So
You might be better off with feet. I've got screw feet.
Okay.
Or screw jacks, and it'll love them too, because those have those big screws on them. And the screw jacks.
And then I have in between, which I probably don't need to paint. I got a shed, and then the house is only about that in between there. So
Scaffold might have a hole between that.
well, sweet.
The scaffolds are.
So, what would you say if you had to go on right now? How would you open?
Hey, we're back. Tom's out of the office, but right now we're.
Good Mark.
Take a call.
713-825.
You would take a call.
Sure, we can take a call. Delbert. Delbert says he needs a lawyer.
Ooh, this guy is.
I need to, at least, we need to have a disaster quarterback.
Yeah, you know what? We could, if we came up with a little emergency thing to say, so we didn't have to think of it right on the spot. That we had something
we do need an emergency.
First, rehearse just a minute in case you got downstairs and tied up, or yeah, you shouldn't have to be this tight to this, Tom.
Well, obviously I am, and then of course Mark.
Yeah, when Mark's here, that's not a problem.
Mark is.
Yeah, Mark's know how to pick up on it right away.
Yeah, but
he's had 10 years. What, 10 years?
I don't know actually. Maybe on and off, you know.
Okay.
See, isn't it's painted now, but that's what it is. That's 30 feet from there, right, to the top.
You got to put scaffold on the roof.
No, that'd be the back. This here, I could probably. I need to reach to get up there.
Hey, Tom Martino is here. That's me. Thank you for being here.
Honest to God,
and
thank you for trusting us over these many, many years, for exposing liars, cheats, and ripoffs. Listen, it's not easy being green. You know, when you call out the angels to attack them, it's not easy because people just don't like it when they are ripping people off and they're exposed. And we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on the iHeartRadio app. Our podcast is available all over. Look for us, The Troubleshooter Show or Referral List. And if you go to referrallist.com, you not only get a list, we have a page at referrallist.com where you can watch us live. So let's go to the phones. What do you say? And we got a lot of stuff going on. Keith has a comment on freezing credit. We talked about freezing credit. Credit freezes. I think it's a useful tool. You basically freeze your credit. No one can pull a credit report unless you unfreeze it with your PIN. It's that easy. What's your comment, Keith? And I understand they're free now. So what's your comment?
It is that easy. Freeze your credit and you don't have a problem. And I don't know why people brush across and said, oh, that's a pain, that's a problem. To heck with that. Freeze your credit and it's done.
I know it.
For 10 years.
Keith, you've had yours frozen.
10 years.
No. So when you go to buy something, if you're going to use credit, you have to unfreeze it, right?
I do. So I ask whoever I'm dealing with, what credit bureau are you dealing with? They tell me. I go back to my computer, put in a PIN number, and unfreeze it for the time I choose. It could be a day, 30 days, 6 months, whatever I choose.
Not a big deal, is it?
Not a big deal. It takes me about 15 minutes.
Well, thank you for firsthand experience. Again, at the beginning of the show, I said, hey, I want to know anything you disagree with me on. You know, we don't talk politics and we don't talk religion. We don't talk like stuff where we're trying to convince you or change your mind. What I'm trying to do is bring out stuff that I think protects you. But there's always people who might disagree with a tact we take. So let me know. I want to get better and know more. And I think we all pool our knowledge and get better, right? Okay, so this hour brought to you by realcbdthatworks.com. And I mean that. Dan just commented, and if you were listening broadband, he said, Tom, you are in a great mood and you're not in pain. And I noticed it because I took it earlier rather than waiting. It's just an amazing stuff. I just gave Daphne something. And I sound like a dealer, right? No. It doesn't get you high or anything. It's just cool. But I will say this, okay? It doesn't get you high, but it does something. And I don't know what it is, but it does something to make you feel better. And even Ugly Ed says that. He took it. So anyway, realcbdthatworks.com. It's a local company panacea. Nancy says her garbage is not being picked up. Why?
I don't know. I've been trying to call the company for the last few weeks, and I'm on hold half an hour to an hour, and I'm on a home line, so the phone usually dies, and I've already been an hour today on them. Almost every day, different times a day, and it says, we want to give you great service, and that's what we're here for, and no one answers.
Let's get to this one first. What is the name of your provider, your company?
Okay, they just switched over to, they're called Waste Connections.
What do you mean they switched over?
It was Pro. Then they sold it to American. Now American and Pro have combined, and they're called Waste Connections.
When did it go south?
Well, actually on the 14th. They didn't pick up my recycle, and it took me over a week to get.
So, I mean, how long ago did it happen? When the merger happened, did it start getting worse?
Yeah. Yes. Let's see. I'm looking for a date on this letter. Yes.
All right. So
beginning of October. But I can't get a hold of anyone. I've emailed them. I've called. There is no contacting anyone. I have an account number. I'm set up for auto pay.
All right, Nancy, we'll call them. How about that? We're just going to call him. Deputy Clint, give him a call and see what's happening.
Actually, I already have.
Yes, Deputy Deff is on top of it. What happened?
Well, the regional said I need to talk to corporate. Corporate said I need to talk to regional. They're trying to find me someone that'll speak to me. And
it shouldn't be that hard.
Right. I was on hold for 20 minutes, and I heard it say 100% customer satisfaction. Service isn't just a service. It's a commitment. And so I have a call in. I gave them the backline number so they can call us, and they know that they're going to be on the radio. So
That sucks. Deputy Clint, she already called. Maybe you should give another call. What the hell? 303-713-TALK. Dawn, what's going on, Dawn? What's happening?
My fiance went to Fort Pierce, Florida.
Yeah, it was that where...
On the promise of a job.
Yeah.
And the man scammed him and stole
Oh, my God.
wallet and his ID.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is serious stuff. Let's take it one step at a time, okay? Dawn, first of all, where did your fiance or fiance move from?
Colorado.
Okay. And how did he get in touch with this company?
We found him on Craigslist.
Oh.
We
And what was
both
the job?
spoke to him.
What was the job?
It was gel coating on boats, repairing boats.
And why did he want to do that?
That's what his profession is, and he's really good at it.
Okay, so he moves there. Did he get an agreement first? What happened after he talked to him on the phone or emailed? What happened?
The guy told us that he was desperate for help, and we both spoke to him.
Okay, and he said, I'm desperate for help. And so when did your fiance move?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And what was he supposed to do when he got there?
He got in contact with the man.
What's the man's name? What's the man's name?
His name's Todd. I don't know his last name, and I can't get a hold of my fiance to get the rest of his name.
Okay, so Todd, did he contact Todd when he got there?
He did, and Todd told him to go right to his house, and he could stay there.
What is your fiance's name?
Ronald Fester.
Ron. So Ron calls Todd. Was he living with Todd?
He spent one night there.
And what happened? When did the problem start?
The very next day.
What happened?
For one, I guess the boat that he was supposed to be repairing was in Todd's yard.
Yeah.
And then Todd told him that he couldn't stay there and took him to this hotel.
Then?
Ron doesn't have it, and dropped him off there. And he was supposed to go back and get him the next day.
And what happened?
He never went back. And all of Ron's stuff is at Tom's house, and he won't answer the phone.
Okay.
Ron has no way to get there.
So, Ron was dropped off at a motel.
Yeah.
And the guy never went back for him.
No, he won't answer my calls.
Okay.
My texts.
Okay. He went back, or dropped him off. And what about the wallet you said was stolen? You don't tell me that Ron left his wallet at the guy's house.
He left his tools there, and when he went up to the room, his wallet was gone.
Up to what room?
To his hotel room. The guy got him a hotel room.
Okay, but how could this guy take his wallet from the hotel room if he just dropped him off there?
I don't know if it was taken in between or what. Ron didn't have to check in. The guy got him that room. He said he had friends that owned the hotel.
Okay, so he got him a room. And when does Ron leave his wallet in the room? When? That day? That night? Did he stay there overnight?
He stayed there overnight, yes.
And then he couldn't get a hold. He couldn't get a hold of Todd. Then what?
I paid for his room for 2 nights. He can't get anywhere. It's on an inlet. He has no ID. He has no money.
Oh, my God.
And we have reached out to churches, and there's a man from one church. He paid for his room last night. He found 2 odd jobs that paid enough for the room. The people let him stay there, even though he doesn't have any ID, because that Todd guy had got in the room originally.
He can't even fly home.
He can't do anything.
Does he have a round-trip ticket?
No, we were moving there.
He really thought this was going to be a job.
We both did.
You got to call authorities. You know that. You got to call authorities.
He called the police, and the police said, "You're with 1,000 other people in this town, in this city."
What do you mean?
Said they took the information and said that they would have a counselor get in touch with him.
In other words, it's a non-violent crime, and he's like one of 1,000, basically.
Right.
Now, this guy, I need to know his full name. We need to figure this out. What was the name of the company your fiance was working for?
I wish I could get a hold of. The only thing I have in my phone is Todd Fort Pierce, Florida.
Well, yeah, but where's Ron? Why isn't Ron talking to you?
Ron's phone is gone. He had to make a payment on it, and I don't have the money to make a payment on it.
Oh my God! How old are you guys?
We're doing text now.
How old are you guys?
He's 50 years old. He's never been in a situation like this. I'm in Maine. I came to Maine because I had to go to the doctors because I have some health issues.
And why Maine? Why Maine?
Because that's where I'm from.
Okay. So let's figure this out. We got to figure this out, Dawn. I mean, I don't want to go back over all the mistakes that were made, but there were a lot. There's nothing.
There were a lot.
I know. And the only reason I'm mentioning that are for those listening. Now, as far as you guys go, we got to figure out who this Todd is and scare the hell out of him. And we have ways of doing that. I just have to figure out how to get a hold of him. You have a cell phone number, right?
I do.
Hold on. Okay. Then I want you to give us that off the air and give us your information. Okay. And what about your fiance's phone number? You have it, but he doesn't answer, but he does text.
If he can get near the Wi-Fi somewhere, he can do text now.
Okay, do me a favor.
He has a text cell phone number.
All right. He can do a Starbucks or something. I want him to I want you to tell him my name and my staff, and we'll have a code, that so he won't listen to just anyone. Just tell him the Troubleshooter, okay? Anybody related to the Troubleshooter. Hold on. Daphne, get her information, please, and get this cell phone of the scammer. Don't call the scammer yet.
Scammed, fed up, burned, tricked. These are some of the comments we get from hundreds of thousands of people.
Sheriff's Department? You wouldn't know the difference.
Well, you know what he's going to say is I never took it.
Yeah, but long. He needs to get in there to get his tools and his stuff back.
Oh, he had tools too?
Yeah.
Dude, how do you get out there?
The guy took him from where he was working to the hotel.
No. But if he had tools, did he drive out there?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah, how did he get there? He got a vehicle. How's he getting around?
Yeah, did he pack him in the airplane?
Yeah, you wouldn't think, or maybe
drove down. I don't know. That's good. Really good question.
We need to shield the number when we call.
Can I call from my cell phone?
But I want to scare the shit out of him.
*67.
I don't want you to just call. I want to let him.
You can do *67. That keeps them from seeing your number, but they can.
I'm Tom Martino for Denver Trial Lawyers. This is a firm that doesn't like settling unless they think you're getting a great settlement. They have some of the largest verdicts in Colorado, whether it be a judge-ordered judgment or a jury. $70 million for birth injury, $22 million for medical malpractice. If you've been hurt by a product, a doctor, hospital therapist, assisting living facilities, nursing homes, or if your insurance company is withholding or delaying payments unreasonably, Denver Trial Lawyers. All I have to tell you is this. They've been on my referral list for many years, and anybody who has catastrophic injuries, they want to hear from. If you're not sure what that is, call and ask. But they are some of the few firms that will handle these kinds of problems with product liability, with a doctor, with a therapist, with a hospital. 303-647-4435, 647-4435, DenverTrialLawyers.com.
I could tell them I'm an investigator. That's true.
Yeah, but let's not talk about it on broadband.
I have some ideas. Okay, so turn off the sound. Let's talk about it now.
Founder of Molecule, makers of radically different air purifiers. Until now, the most common way to get cleaner air was with a HEPA filter. But outdated HEPA technology doesn't effectively remove bacteria and mold, which can make you sick. Molecule's revolutionary Pico technology doesn't just trap micropollutants, it actually destroys them. Molecule works so well, it made Time Magazine's list of best inventions. For truly clean air in rooms big or small, there's a Molecule air purifier for you. Try it for 60 days risk-free and send it back if you're not satisfied. Plus, right now, when you visit molecule.com, spelled MOLEKULE, you'll save 10% with promo code FRESHAIR. That's promo code FRESHAIR. Don't collect pollutants. Destroy them with Molecule.
Hi there, Saver. Looking for a Medicare plan to help you save on more than just prescriptions? Medicare Advantage plans may offer prescription drug, medical, and hospital coverage. Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many Medicare Advantage plans, including United Healthcare. So, when you enroll in a plan with Walgreens as your preferred pharmacy, you know you're saving smartly. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Other plans may be accepted.
Napa know-how. Now at Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Buy a 2-pack of Night Vision Brilliant headlamps and get a pair of Proformer wiper blades free. Because when you put safety first, your equipment shouldn't be second rate. So upgrade to Napa Night Vision Brilliant headlamps and get a pair of Proformer wiper blades free. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Some restrictions apply while supplies last. Offer ends 12/31/19.
If you are accused of a crime, any crime, it's going to be a trying time. You can rest assured Joe Lazzara will passionately defend you for DUI, shoplifting, assault, when things don't go perfectly in your life. And he has flat rate pricing. You're not nickeled and dimed. You'll know exactly what your defense will cost. And that's it. If you need help, 303-429-6200. Now, I hope you don't put his name in your wallet or remember the name for any stupid friends or neighbors, or if you just made a dumb mistake, because there are ways to prevent DUIs. There are ways to prevent all of these crimes. Look, no one condones that activity, but not everyone accused is guilty, and that's what LazzaraLegal.com is all about, taking care of people and their rights. LazzaraLegal.com. That's 2 Z's and 1 R, LazzaraLegal.com, or 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Beautiful sunshine this afternoon and warming up to 50 degrees. Tonight, frosty, low 27, clear skies. Tomorrow, sunny, a warmer day, high 64. I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Because this woman's family, you can say, has a lot of money. And no, don't say that. No, then they're going to think. But just say, we have a benefit, whatever. Make it sound like we're not going away.
Yeah, somebody's helping her out.
We're a nonprofit.
Okay, got it.
I want to. Hey, it's Dan. Join me. We got to help this guy. We got to help.
I can't believe Maine. You know, Maine, the whole Northeast up there is not very good for jobs, are they?
It's not Northeast, it's Florida.
She came from Maine, though.
Hi, Tom Martino, you're a troubleshooter. So this guy was scammed to Fort Pierce, Florida. 50 years old, in a motel. He has no money, no wallet, no ID. And this guy that lured him there, we don't even know why. I wonder what was in it for this guy. I wonder what's going on. Dawn, what is in it for the guy that lured someone from Colorado? It makes no sense to me. I mean, he didn't do it to get a few tools. Come on. He didn't do it to steal an identity. People don't go through those lengths. Did he meet him? Is there something wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong. I'm just curious. How did he get his tools down there?
Yeah, Dan asked the same thing. Dawn, did he fly down?
He had a ride down there.
Who rode him down there?
Some guy that he knew was taking a camper for a.
Okay.
I guess the car rental places.
Okay.
If they need to get a vehicle from one place to another.
They hire people to drive. You're right.
So he rode down with that guy.
Okay.
And got dropped off.
Why was he so convinced he had a job waiting for him?
The guy was very convincing. He kept calling and texting both of us saying
What do you
that
think his
he
goal
had
is?
work.
What is his goal? I mean, I don't think, Dawn, it's a big enough or bad enough scam. Why get a guy from Colorado to go down there to repair boats and then ghost him? What is in it for him? He didn't get anything out of it.
I don't know. Ron thinks that he's mentally ill.
That
He
could
said
be
that
it.
He didn't think
What?
he doesn't think that the man is right.
How old is the man?
He said he's in his 60s.
60s. Well, he ain't right. No, I'm just kidding. Dawn, really, my heart goes out to you. You're in Maine. You're helpless. You're sick. You need to fix. And then this guy, how long? And Dawn, trust me, I'm not insinuating anything negative. I'm searching. How long have you known your fiance, Ron?
For a year.
And you've known him a total of 1 year?
Yes.
Where'd you meet?
In Arizona.
Like how? On an online? I just want to know the surrounding
No,
here.
I was working as a fill-in bartender, and
Okay.
he'd gone in there for lunch one day.
Okay.
He was working down the street.
Okay. Now, next question on this. Was he working when he was in Colorado?
Yes.
What was he doing?
He was doing roofs, repairing roofs.
Did he have a job for a long time, or did he flip from job to job? There are reasons I'm asking.
Business. No, he had his own business for quite a few years in Colorado.
Does he have a drinking or drug problem at all?
No.
Okay. Were you guys on good terms? Everything was going great? You were planning on moving and getting married or something?
Yes, eventually we're going to get married. We get along awesome. He's an awesome man.
Okay. You said you reached out to a church or churches. Why?
To try to get help.
But why
to have
churches?
someplace to
Where did you
stay.
have relationships with churches here?
I'm an ordained minister, so I just didn't know who else to turn to.
Okay. And this guy that you went to work for, did he present himself as an owner of a company?
Yes.
Okay.
He said he has his own boat repair business.
It sounds to me like he was either mentally ill or exaggerating. It does not sound to me like this is a scam. There's just nothing in it. You know, it's really important to know what's in it, because that tells you how bad of a scam it is. There's no reason to take a guy who is otherwise destitute to Florida and abandon him. And he's not answering his phone, but he did answer his phone before. He always answered it, right?
Yes.
Okay. We have to figure this out.
I'm
Yes.
curious. Did your fiance and Todd get into it? Is that why he?
Did they have an argument?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Ron is really easygoing, so I have no idea.
I need Ron to go somewhere where he can have access to Wi-Fi calling and call me, or we call him.
I've been trying to get a hold of him for the past hour. He was able to come up with the money last night through Dave from this church that I
We want to
contacted
get him
to
home.
spend the night.
We want to get him home, but we need his ID. Do you have any forms of ID here or where you are, or do you have any ideas? Where is his license? Colorado?
Colorado.
And he needs ID to fly, or he has to hop another. If he can hop another ride. Does anyone out there know? Listen, people. Anybody know anyone coming from the Florida area to here? He's in Fort Pierce, which is what, right around north? Isn't it north of Fort Lauderdale? I'm trying to figure out. I forgot where Fort Pierce is. I lived in Florida.
It's over near St. Lucie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fort Pierce. So listen, we need to help this guy. I feel bad for this guy. Yeah, it's on the East Coast, and it is near Port St. Lucie. It's St. Lucie County. Okay. Anyone with ideas, call me. Hold on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Clint, I need you to call this guy and scare the hell out of him. And we have other ideas as well. I would start being nice at first, but very firm. This hour brought to you by who? Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you're looking to list a property, you will never do better. And if you're looking to buy, don't go through it alone. You're not going to save money doing that. You need someone to look out for your interests. He has teams for buying and selling. 303-920-1622.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross
Who? Captain Gelcoat. I think you read Gelcoat Post.
Is that the name of his company?
Yeah. What's the name of the company? Captain Gelcoat.
Captain.
I left him a message, but I left him for a message that he needs to call me back so I can head off to investigate it. Save him having to drive 150 miles down. If he has to drive 150 miles down, he's not going to be nice. What would be 150 miles from there, Orlando?
I wouldn't threaten him like that, but I would threaten him like legally, like we're strong motherfuckers.
Yeah, well,
look,
he can call me so I don't have to send an investigator down.
Captain Gelcoat. I found him.
Okay. Does it look like legitimate business?
By the way, I lived in Florida, and let me just tell you about this. People in the boat business are fucking crazy. I think the fumes get to them.
What do you mean crazy? What do you mean
like just fucking batshit. Drinkers.
Oh, okay.
Just
probably because it's crappy work, right? Sanding and
Gelcoat's really crappy.
Okay. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney I highly recommend. John Fuller, Fuller Law. If you are in an auto accident, call him, and he will give you free consultations up front. And if you need an attorney, if your case is worth it, he'll know it. You can trust him. 303-597-4500. I'm really sorry. John Fuller, personalinjuryco.com. Don't ever be fooled by thinking the other party took responsibility because they said that. We accept liability. Sometimes they tell you that just to put you off guard. What you need is someone on your side. John Fuller. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. And again, John Fuller is there for you. I also want to tell you about Rocky Mountain Retrofoam. Somebody heard about it and they said, where can I see that video? You can see it at foamyourwalls.com. That's foamyourwalls.com. 720-676-6333. If you look at this video, you'll be convinced it's the best way to go for insulating your home once your home's been up a while. That is foamyourwalls.com. Now wait a minute. That I was supposed to do long, right? Okay, and I did. I thought it was a minute. I understand that. I understand. But my actual time I took was 1 minute. I did not do a minute of Rocky Retro. There's no way. But I did go overtime. I get it. I get that. But okay, I don't know that. I thought I was trying to make up a minute, and I just had that in front of me. And you're right. There's nothing we can do about it because I fucked up. So now, here's what I want to know. At 45, are we going to do anything? Do you want me to do anything? Okay, well, but what are we going to do during that break to fill it? All right. Mile High Estate Planning, I can't do. I'd rather fuck up in an hour we're not syndicated, is what I'm saying.
How many fucking spots altogether are we talking about for Denver trial lawyers? Without getting them on the air. I mean, if we, this hour, I've heard 3, and I had another 2 scheduled. Wait. What? Do you know how many are on the log? That includes mine and recorded.
They offer an array of discounts, and they're great guys. 24/7 emergency service, 720-434-3406. Write it down, 720-434-3406. Or check them out at referralist.com. Addiction is a terrible thing. It affects families and circles of friends. It destroys friendships and relationships. The RaleighHouse.com wants to help you. The Raleigh House was founded right here in Colorado.
You son of a...
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. If you need help, you call us, 303-713-TALK. Let's get right to the phones. Okay, did we call the waste management company? Where are we on that? Just to follow up.
Still haven't heard anything.
All right, we're going to follow this up. Let's not keep Nancy tying up a line. She doesn't have to be there. Nancy, you can go about your business. We're going to follow this up. 303-713-TALK. Delbert wants a lawyer. Rob says he has problems, too. I'm going to take Rob first. Rob, are you having problems with the same waste company, sir?
Yeah, Waste Connections. They just bought out American Disposal. And make sure you don't get Waste Connections messed up with Waste Management, because you keep saying Waste Management.
I'm sorry.
Waste Management's a totally different company.
You're right. You're right.
But
and
they're the two big boys in the city here who just buy out everybody else.
What do you think's going on? That's what I don't understand. What do you think's going on?
They bit off more than they can chew, Tom. They missed my trash. Last month was the middle of the month when they took over. They missed that, and all I could get through was American Disposal, which was my old one. Well, since they're bought out, they're not going to give me a credit on it, okay?
Yeah.
Even though they said they would. They knew.
Well, what do you mean they won't give you a credit? If they don't come to your house, they got to give you a credit.
Well, the thing is American Disposal is not going to give us a credit because they no longer handle the account, even though I paid them for that month. Waste Connections handles everything now. And good luck getting through, okay?
Well, I know this.
I
know this. We can probably be successful in guiding you through you doing your small claims.
Well, this is the thing, Tom. Let me tell you the story. The last 2 days, I was on hold for probably 10 hours both days, including 5 hours one day, 5 hours the other. Now, we're talking 25 minutes here, 30 minutes here. You can't get through, Tom. I finally went down to 5500 Franklin, where their offices are, and they gave me a credit. Now, get this. They did not want to give me a credit for the missed trash. What they told me was, you put it out today, my trash day's Thursday, and we won't charge you extra if you have extra trash since we didn't pick up. I'm like, you're not going to charge me extra? What are you talking about? Why would you do that? You guys missed the trash. So I stayed there until they gave me a credit for the missed trash last week.
Now, what do we do? What do you do going forward? Tom. Get another company. They suck, man.
There's only 2 companies. They got a monopoly going, Tom. You either go to Waste Connections or you go to Waste Management, which you're going to pay a lot more for Waste Management. So
Well,
listen to this, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm in the office, okay?
Yeah.
And the guy in the background there says, "Look up at the screen up here," because I was complaining about how long I was there. He's like, "Look at that number. That's 108 numbers that are on hold right now. There were 108 calls on hold when I was there."
He bragged about it?
He didn't really brag about it. He was trying to show me so I would have sympathy for him because of what they're going through.
But
they're
what
so
are
busy
they going
can't handle
through?
it.
Boo-hoo! What are they going through?
I know. That's what I said. That's what I said. They tried blaming it on the snowstorm. I said the snowstorm was over. You had 3 days after the snowstorm to pick up my trash. It's a joke, Tom. I'm not kidding you. Waste Connections, it's a joke, and they're so big that they just blame each other. They blame the corporate. They blame this. They blame that they don't
God,
have
I
enough
can't stand
driver.
it.
I mean,
I cannot stand when people are flim-flammed like this. It sucks. 303-713-TALK. Did you have something to say, Deputy Clint?
There's got to be other small companies out there. If they'll call us, let us know that they can quote these guys and help them.
That's a good idea. You know, it used to be we had a trash company, right? Wasn't it done municipally, and then they broke it up? I'm not so sure that that's not a bad idea if you get companies that bid for the municipal contract. But free enterprise does work, except in this case, what you do is you have these big not monopolies, but they're big companies buying out all the others. 303-713-8255. Dawn, we're still working on your problem. Dawn, you have a fiance. He's in Florida, scammed. I don't think he's scammed. I'm not going to use the word anymore. I think he's dealing with somebody who, I don't know, man, either mentally ill or just a flake. And you know what? There are a lot of flakes in the boat business. I don't know why, but there are. And I'm just going to tell you, in general, I see over the years, I can speak from experience, from actual experience, from taking complaints. You know who else are crazy like that? House painters. I'm not sure if it's the fumes or whatever, but they all seem to be drinkers and smokers and drug users and disorganized, and not all, but a majority. I can't say majority, but a lot of them.
I agree with you.
A lot of them. It's a weird business, man. I'll bet you that your fiance has come across a lot of weird people. Now, what's going on? Ugly Ed wants to make a comment. By the way, Ugly Ed is our deputy as well, and he's the technical producer. Go ahead, Ugly Ed.
I was just going to say we should reach out to the church that was helping him out and find out if they have some insight for him.
We need you know what? We do need someone locally that can help us. So, Dawn, here's what we're going to do. We want to make sure we have your information. Deputy Clint's going to talk to you. We want to get the church or any church that helped, and let's just talk to the guy from the church. They might be able to help us if they know there's somebody behind you, and we are going to try to help you. Now, Delbert, you have a problem. You need an attorney. What is the problem, Delbert?
Well, my problem is I was injured in January the 16th, and it's not that. My problem is going to the emergency rooms and them doing an ambulance takes you, and they do something else.
How were you injured, Delbert?
Hold on.
How were you injured?
I was injured in. I'm not going to talk about that. It's injured in the vehicle that a person that.
Delbert, I'll let you talk. That. Listen, how about this? I'll let you talk about anything you want, but listen, when I ask questions, I just need you to know something. I know
the last time you.
Shut up! Shut up! You want me to talk to you? Then shut the hell up and listen. I will let you talk as long as you want, so long as I can ask questions. And whether you think the questions are important or not are not up to you. There are always reasons why I ask questions. So I am glad to talk to you. And Delbert, I do want to help you, okay? I really do. You just got to let me ask a question now and then, and don't tell me what we're going to talk about and what we're not going to talk about. If you can live by those rules, then hang on. Because last I checked, it's not the Delbert show, it's the Tom Martino show.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blue Emu.
I know.
There's a few months.
Yeah, I better pay attention. Go ahead.
Southbound I-70, you've been headed there from Central Park, traveling out towards Peoria. There's a stubborn ramp north on 225.
That son of a bitch is crazy, right?
He is crazy.
Can you sum it up in a nutshell, other than saying he's crazy?
He's always got a problem. He's hurt. Or,
he calls us with all kinds of problems?
Well, so it's always the same. It's either at the hospital, the emergency room.
Is he mentally ill?
I would say yes.
Because I don't want to make fun of him.
Tonight clear overnight, a low of 30. Tomorrow, sunny, warmer with a high near 64. Right now, few clouds and 44. With your
Where the hell?
traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner.
You ever watch Mr. Robot?
Hall of Fame catcher here, Johnny Bench.
You know the guy, Rami Malek? You know the guy that played... Did you watch Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie, Queen? He was the lead. Anyway, Rami Malek is the lead actor. He won an Emmy. And he's with Christian Slater. It's a great movie. I mean, a great series, 4 seasons.
Give it a shot.
Earn rewards like trips to thrilling Las Vegas or Mercedes-Benz lease. Start earning today. Sign up for a My Choice Rewards card and get rolling. Up to $500 on us. $30 guaranteed. In Colorado at Ameristar Casino Blackhawk and all across the country.
He's right. Do you hear what Bill Gates said? Don't say I don't pay taxes. I pay $10 billion in taxes. You know, why do these motherfuckers hate the rich so much? Why?
Well, because the
Are
rich
they jealous?
has one vote. All the other people have many votes.
It's easy to get them jealous.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But now we offer installation as well. Now we can help you design and install your new cabinets and your granite countertops, all for much less than our competition. Come see us at 560 South LaPan Street in Denver or online at buyandbuild.net.
Oh, hold on just a moment. Comment on... Cheers. We got the kids. What is it called?
Not the Delver.
Not the Delver. Okay, Eric, what we're doing is we're using the power of the media and everybody that calls in, they're listening. And so, because I've already been a host. Yes, exactly. Well, and, okay, I'm going to put you on hold. If you'll say that on air, it's going to carry a lot of weight. Wait, thank you. Hold on. Thank you for holding. I'm sorry. Evan, in a sentence or less, what would you like to talk to Tom about? Oh, yes. Are you with Waste Connection? Wonderful. Evan, we have opened a can of worms. We had a call this morning already from a Nancy who has not had her trash picked up going on 3 weeks. And then we had another call of somebody that had it. And I have another guy holding now. Their entire complex hasn't been picked up. So I was trying to get a hold of you guys ahead of time to let you know that we were going to be talking about and not talking about radio. So we really would like to have you come on your side.
They always do.
You guys just purchased American? Yeah, it's you guys. It's you guys. And I'm just saying, we have already gotten 3 to 5 calls, and just you're being talked about not in a good way. The longer you don't talk about what's going on with the company, it's just going to snowball. Okay. Well, I can give you 2, and then I'll get Eric, because this is a whole apartment complex that is dealing. But Evan, can I get a let's see. Well, and can I have a direct phone number to you? Okay, I'm ready. Great. Okay. So the first one is Nancy, and for some reason I didn't grab her last name, but I have her account number. So her name's Nancy. Her address is 2332 Newark Street, and that's Aurora. Oh, actually, you know what? Clint has her. Hold on. Clint, will you come back in here with the account number, please? Okay, and I'll get her account number here in just a moment. Her direct number is 303-364-2466. The second one is Rob. His number is 303-829-2337. That account, he didn't have the account number, but their address is 2881 Cottonwood Drive in Denver, 80221. That account is under Melissa Rodriguez. And let me get Eric's information. Hold on just a moment. Eric, I have the vice president right on right now. Was it Eric or Evan? Eric, okay. So, what is your address?
Did it look all right?
Did you do it live?
Yeah.
I just came from there.
Gotcha. Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One clear choice, garage doors. You don't get much better, man, I'll tell you. That free inspection is crazy, but you got to say it's the Martino inspection, and that they want to know that you want them to be your garage door company, not that you just want to get it lubricated and adjusted. The safety limits are checked and adjusted, and they do the hinge bolts and tighten them, and it's called the Martino Special. They want to be your company. OneClearChoiceStores.com. They're also just great people if you have an emergency. OneClearChoiceStores.com. We have had a number of odd problems. I'm really sorry about the guy in Florida that got scammed into going down there. Let's talk to Eric. Eric, you have a comment on Waste Connection, then I'll go back to Delbert. Go ahead. What's happening?
Hey, Tom. Hey, yeah, my HOA was using American Disposal. That's now Waste Connection. And last week, our trash was 4 days late being picked up. And when we finally got a hold of them, the girl I talked to, when I finally talked to somebody on Saturday morning, I heard 4 different excuses as to why they were late picking trash up in 5 minutes.
You know, Waste Connection is, we have sparked a nerve. We are getting so many calls on Waste Connection. Oh, my goodness. Now, thanks for letting us know that. It's just more of the same we're hearing. Oh, goodness gracious. Delbert? Okay, so Delbert, go ahead. So you want an attorney?
Yes, I want an attorney. May I explain why I said what I said?
Go ahead.
I wasn't trying to take control
go ahead.
or anything.
Go ahead. I'm going to give you time. Just go ahead. But then let me ask questions at the end. I'm going to give you a full minute. Go ahead.
To ask the questions and that. See, the last time I was on,
go ahead.
I told you RTD, assessor ride. You took and went to the lawyer, didn't let me speak and say it wasn't that. It's the ambulances and the hospitals.
Okay, Delbert, then let's do me a favor. Rather than going over what I did wrong last time, I'm going to shut up. Just go ahead. Just talk.
Okay, I'm trying to explain. I've been to the emergency rooms. They take and either have me sit there or they take and do not take it as an emergency when the ambulance brings me in. October 10th, I ended up at Good Samaritan because I had an EMG at Rock Creek upstairs, and the doctor put a needle in my neck and my back that the injury that caused from RTB, and that caused me more pain over 25. The doctors there, or whoever was talking to me at Rock Creek, said to go to the emergency room. So I go there, and the security tells me where it's at, and then I go back there and I tell them I had oxycodone on me, morphine, and I took 2 and 2, and it was new bottles because I don't drive. I take a Cessna cab or Cessna ride, and I couldn't take them home. So I took 2 of them of each, so they let them know what I took. And then I get in there, and the PA, it's in the letter here, that he said he looked at the bottles now, and I've got it on recording, a different deal, a few weeks ago from the what do you call the patient
Delbert,
advocate.
you're going off track. Keep going.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
go
I
back a
understand.
few weeks. Keep going. Okay, so the PA looked at the bottles.
Well, he stole 5 of the oxycodones, 5 milligrams of oxy. In the letter I get a couple of days ago, it's saying he looked at them and that I handed them to him. He looked at them.
Is that what
and
you're
then
calling about?
You know,
That 5 pills were stolen? Is that what you're calling about?
what's that and them not doing the job? And it's like being threatened by the security.
Okay, what
'cause I'm
job
telling
did they
them how
not
to do their job.
Who did not do their job? That's a fair question, Delbert. Who did not do their job?
The patient advocate, the what
Where?
you call the
Where? What?
the Good Samaritan.
So are you complaining
security,
today?
the head
Let
nurse.
Delbert, I need to ask a question. Are you complaining today about Good Samaritan?
Yes, Good Samaritan and the other hospitals.
How many hospitals?
North Suburban, St. Anthony's North.
Okay,
twice at
Delbert,
84th
don't you
and
think
that.
don't you think when you're naming 4 or 5 hospitals and Good Samaritan and you had a problem with all of them, don't you think the only thing they have in common is you, and possibly, quite possibly, you are rubbing them the wrong way, or you're not adequately describing your problem? Can it be everyone else is wrong and Delbert is the only one right? Hold on, we'll explore it.
Listen at 5 after the hour for your next.
Your pain management like he is bad enough. You can't make a
What is wrong? Is he looking for meds? What is he looking for?
You know what? It's so hard.
I think
it's all over, right?
Yeah.
It's all over.
I think he's mentally ill.
I would say
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Well,
And
it takes one to
he's
know
got
one.
all these issues and stuff. Like say, right?
I mean, I think all of us know.
Anything new?
No, just
Is
we're
this
doing
time of year
we're doing webinars now. So we're going to be promoting webinars this month. We're going to be doing webinars, and
How many do you get to stick around for a webinar?
you know, we haven't tried it, so this is the first time. But we
Oh, I thought you always did them.
No. Well, I did them from people watching YouTube and things like that. I do webinars like that, but I mean we haven't really promoted it on TV until today.
Sorry, I was on the phone with Waste Connect, I gave him the names, but there were 3 calls. One was an HOA
I'm
of
glad you got
300,
through.
and he's
Let us know
going to
that.
call me back. He goes, let me look at these, and he said, oh, the snow, and I said, that's a good excuse for the last week.
Let's know about it. I want to know about it.
I agree.
So we got about 50 some calls, Tom, just on webinars from the TV shows that we've been doing. So let's promote that today.
You get 50 to stay on a webinar?
No, we got 50 to register for the webinar. We don't know how many will actually stay. The ones that have been holding, they actually listen to you, right? They're from Texas, so I mean they're sold basically. So when I hold a webinar, they just...
So you can sell anyone from around the country?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Yeah, please. And like I said, this month is going to be only webinars, no seminars.
That is news.
No seminars. Yeah, and it's working. I mean,
See, I wouldn't have thought that either. That's a real good
we got like 50 calls this week just on people want to sign up for the webinar.
I would if you asked me, I would have said that you could only do it in the state because banking.
Oh,
or whatever.
no. We do it all over the country.
Yeah, I would have thought that.
Yeah.
But,
No, we see Tom. I mean, his audience. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
It's all over the place, and so New Mexico, Idaho, Texas.
So you're getting clients from all those.
Oh yeah.
God, that's good.
And they're sold basically.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
When they come through here, they're sold.
Yeah.
So they said, I want to buy the life insurance that Tom is talking about. It's as simple as that.
You know, anybody on the referral list, I'm sold before I call.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Just
Right.
That's how much important it is.
Well, Dilbert's going.
Yeah, right. We'll see how he does. I noticed how nice his suit looked.
Yeah.
Show my new uniform.
Yeah, let me see it.
This is my new uniform.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Did you dress up for Halloween or something?
It was terrible.
Oh my God, unbelievable.
It was terrible.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was worse, even worse in person.
Man, I thought you were taking those testosterone.
He slipped back.
Where's the estrogen that you take?
Slipping.
Is it estrogen?
Yeah.
Jesus. Lord, that's funny.
My wife said, "You're not going out the door like that, are you?" "Yeah, I don't know you." I like what Tom's wife said. She said, "I can't unsee that." Right.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I'm gonna have a hard time topping that next year.
Yes. Please don't.
Yeah. At least you wore some leggings.
Yeah. You know how hard it is to find a pink tutu in size 38?
I bet a lot.
It wasn't easy.
You gotta go to the BBW store.
Found it at the Halloween store here in town.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to Hawaii.
When?
Mark's there
Tomorrow.
now.
Oh, maybe you'll see Mark and Suzanne.
Where are you going, to Maui?
I'm going to be flying to Honolulu and taking a cruise on the Norwegian Cruise Line, and it stops at four islands. Maui is one of them.
That's a cool idea.
And we get a chance to walk out of the ship for 2 days on each island.
Oh, what?
It's the Norwegian Cruise Line.
How much was the total package?
6,000, about $6,100
For two?
For 2 people?
Yeah.
That doesn't include airfare, does it?
No, the airfare was free for me because I use American Express and I had so many points.
Holy shit.
So
you have that many points?
We have to fly to Hawaii for
that? Every advertising that I do, it goes through the American Express.
Man.
And they give me points for that, so why not?
Dan,
So you have to fly to
Harry's
Hawaii.
free 3-course meal with the
You have to fly to
pork
Hawaii.
chop
Right.
on
Yeah,
Sunday.
cruise
Yeah,
For
we're going to go to
veterans.
Honolulu.
Did I tell you what, when
Direct
I come in,
flight.
what you're supposed to happen? You're supposed
We
to
were
get off
supposed
the
to be,
phone and
my wife and I
stand
were
up.
supposed to be doing that
I didn't
on
tell
October 5th for our
you.
anniversary.
I'm kidding.
And then things came up. This was one of them.
Yeah, I can't wait to go, man. I tell you, I'm so excited.
I know, I've told everybody, I've never been there. You never been there either?
I've been to Hawaii
Oh, you have been?
a couple of times. My wife lived in Hawaii for many years.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I haven't gone on a cruise to Hawaii.
I'm a total virgin. I like cruises. We've done some
I do
nice
too.
cruises.
I do too. I mean, you know. But guess how much is the all drink package per day? $99 per person.
Per day?
Per day.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
lot of drinking. You better bring some.
No, I mean, I'm not doing it because I mean, you have to be an alcoholic.
Well,
Even
$99 a day.
Even the kids' soda thing, I thought it was like.
Per person.
That's
You know how
crazy.
much?
for unlimited drinking.
Unlimited drinking, right?
That's crazy. You sure per day?
Per day, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I mean, so think about it. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, if people have a lot of those umbrella drinks.
Yeah, but they're probably what, $15 or so.
Yeah.
So look, that's drinking 8
in a
drinks.
day. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a lot of umbrellas.
Yeah. That's a lot of stuff. I tell you. But $99, I couldn't believe it.
That is crazy.
You know, the first cruise we went on, we only had a few hours each stop.
Right.
And that we learned the hard way.
Yeah. And we used the Jubilee, what's the name of that ship? Or the cruise line? The
Celebrity, or
no, that's
no,
what's the other cruise line?
Well, there's a whole bunch.
I know, but
Carnival.
Carnival.
I was thinking of.
Cruise line, yeah, Carnival. But we done the Bahama Carnival.
Yeah.
And you're right, you only have a few hours.
Yeah.
Then they blow the horn. You got to go back
And one of them we stopped at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh wow.
We had 3 hours. I think that was Puerto Rico or something. Anyway, someplace I didn't care that much about.
That's ridiculous, yeah.
The first one, and then the second one was real good because we're at each island like a full day.
Yeah, see, that's what we
each
do.
island, except for the fact that on the way back we cruised through a hurricane.
Oh no.
You know, my wife and I don't get seasick, so we're wobbling around the ship and having a good old time, and the water's sloshing out of the pool, and all our friends couldn't come to dinner. They were all seasick.
Oh, jeez.
That's really changed. When I first my cruise, they had set seating. Now I don't even know if they do set seating anymore. Just because people didn't like it.
The Norwegian, I think they do. You have to select it. Yeah. Yeah.
So you get to, I thought that was kind of nice because you get to set places and meet.
Right. You know,
My dad's done a couple of cruises on the rivers in Europe.
I would like to try.
He said that was
love
really
that.
Hi, Tom Martino here. If you're looking for pain relief without narcotics, you got to try realcbdthatworks.com. realcbdthatworks.com. We're lucky to have the Panacea Life Sciences pharmaceutical lab. Yes, pharmaceutical grade, over the counter. realcbdthatworks.com. Okay, so Delbert needs a lawyer. I think, really, rather than exploit Delbert here, I think it's safe to say that his problems can't be solved. And I don't mean to make light of Delbert. He's upset with the system. But you see, when somebody complains about every hospital they've been to and every ER and all the patients' advocates, I don't know what he wants. I really don't, because no attorney will take this case. No one will. We don't even know what to sue for or who to sue. You know, people, I need a lawyer. Well, a lawyer wants to know first, who are you going to sue? So I'm going to ask that. Delbert, who will you sue? That's a fair question. I don't want stories now. I want to know, who will you sue?
That's why I want to talk to a lawyer.
Well,
to find out what I got.
attorneys don't, well, they do kind of help figure out who to sue, but you got too many.
Okay, can I explain one thing? I got a voicemail of the patient advocate from Good Samaritan. They're the ones I'm complaining about right now.
Saying what?
Saying they went through finding out that there's nothing about my allegation. They couldn't anything.
Okay,
now
fine.
I get a letter is saying that the PA that took and handled my bottles now. You see, before they said nothing like
Delbert,
that happened.
So is that the main complaint? At Good Samaritan, a PA stole some of your medicine. Is that the bottom line?
Yeah, because I'm in so much pain waking up trying
Okay.
to figure out what's wrong with me.
How much pain med are you on? What is your dosage per day?
5 milligrams of oxycodone.
And how long? Hold on.
15 milligrams of morphine.
Okay. Now, Delbert, unfortunately, if you're in pain and you're on that much medication, you become overly sensitized to pain, and it's actually the painkillers causing the pain most of the time when they start wearing off, and it's a vicious cycle. So
it has nothing to do with that.
Okay,
I went into the emergency room in pain and everything.
It does. And Delbert, here's the thing. I think that you need, listen, do you go to a doctor regularly?
Oh, yeah, I see him once a week.
Good.
We're trying to
Excellent.
find out what's wrong with me.
Excellent. Where's the pain?
It's in my whole body.
Okay.
I mean,
Also,
it's like
Delbert,
vibrating. It's numbness.
Delbert,
and
how old are you, sir?
64.
Okay. And now I want to ask this, and I mean this very sincerely. Do you suffer from any mental illness?
That, too, there's problems there, but it has nothing to do about the
I
pain.
understand, Delbert, but it does. And what kind of mental illness?
No, it doesn't.
What kind of mental illness?
A needle in your neck and your back.
What kind of mental illness?
More.
What kind of mental illness, Delbert?
Schizophrenic. Okay, so you think I'm crazy like the one
Can I
doctor
talk to the
did.
other Delbert? Delbert, listen. I don't think we can help you. Honest to goodness, okay? I don't want to.
You can't, because you can't keep your mouth shut to listen to people.
Oh.
They don't know what to say because you can't shut up.
Okay.
So why don't you do it?
Okay, Delbert. Oh, he hung up. Okay. Wow. That was a good speech. That was a good speech. I let him talk for 2 minutes, and he said nothing. But Delbert is clearly a drug addict, a paranoid schizophrenic, and in serious trouble, and we can't help him. And I really, seriously, do not take his call. If he calls, you simply hang up. Don't even take his call and block his email. There's no, we can't help somebody like him. Rob, what's going on with you, Rob? Rob?
Hey, Tom.
What's
Hey,
happening?
Tom. Hey, I was calling. I just found out on Facebook that someone's using my business name, and they started kind of their own little business.
How
but they're using my
are
company
they
name.
How are they using it?
They have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I found out because people are kind of tagging them to do work.
Okay, but what I mean is the name of the Facebook page is your business name?
Correct.
And do you have a Facebook page?
With the same business name, yes.
So you have two. What is the name, not of your business, but of your page on Facebook?
It's the same as my business. It's Mountain View Home Solutions.
Mountain View Home Solutions. And what is the name of the other page?
It's the same thing.
Okay. Now, Mountain View Home Solutions is pretty generic, meaning that if you didn't protect this, you're going to have a problem. Did you protect it?
No, I just filed it with the Secretary of State.
Well, that's protecting it in a way. When did you file it?
A year ago.
Okay, but here's the, did that one predate you?
They don't have one.
They don't have what?
Anything filed with the Secretary of State.
Are they in Colorado?
Yep.
How do you know? Is that because it says so?
Page. Yeah.
And what do they do? Are they engaged in the same business?
Similar.
Okay.
They do home renovations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happens. Let me just cut to it. I want to make clear that filing with the Secretary of State is not the only protection you need, and sometimes is not adequate for protection. I want to get a hold of Mark Trenner, Daphne, Trenner Law, Mark Trenner, our intellectual property attorney. I also want to make this clear, and that is, unless you enforce it, you will never have protection. It'll dwindle away. So, did you contact them and tell them to cease and desist?
No, I just found out about it about 2 days ago.
And how do you know they don't predate you?
I don't. Like I said, I just know they don't have a filing with the Secretary
It
of State.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they have a business name they've been using longer than you, it doesn't matter. You're going to find out that, okay? And that's why a year ago is not that long. Did they say anything about how long they've been in business?
No, I don't know.
Let's find out. Let's get you some legal help, some information, okay? Hold on. We'll talk to our intellectual property attorney. You know, when you hear me say we recovered hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services, I should say, and services provided, because when people call in, hey, they want to know what are their rights. So we're going to check with an intellectual property attorney. Hold on. 303-713-TALK. Robin, what's on your mind, Robin?
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes.
My young nephew, 24-year-old nephew, and his fiancee were rear-ended on October 18th by a commercial moving van. When they pulled the accident off to the side of the road, the young man driving the moving van told my nephew that he was a felon, he had no license, and that his boss had deep pockets and would pay for the damage.
Now, who did they injure? Your son?
No, it's my nephew and his fiancee,
Okay.
and the injuries
By
were
the way,
minor.
it doesn't matter what this guy said. I mean, anyway, so he said that, and then what else?
Well, so then we started looking into the background of the company.
What's the name of the company?
Black Hawk Moving in Denver.
Okay, so were there cops called?
Yes, a state trooper
Okay,
showed up.
Was
and
anyone given a
actually-
ticket?
Yes, and the driver of the moving van was arrested on the spot.
So he really was a felon,
Yes, he really was.
and he was a fugitive.
I don't know that he was a fugitive. I don't know that answer.
There's something called negative. What would I call it? No, there are. I'm trying to think, because you may have something here. Oh, negative. I know what it is. Negative entrustment, negligent entrustment. That's what it is. In other words, this employer can't just throw up their hands and say, hey, it wasn't our fault. You know, if they just negligently hire someone who's a danger, if that's the case, that could be something. But hold on and let's explore it. I'd like to know, are there injuries in this?
Minor injuries.
Oh, then I'm not sure why we're discussing this. What do we need? We'll get to it right after this.
It's Ross Kaminsky. Mornings at 5.
One of the hardest working guys in media, Brian.
I'm sorry, fix it long.
On Sam Houston and the Alamo Avengers, Brian Kilmeade joins me Friday morning at 6:05 here on 7:30.
Yes.
That truck has to have a PUC.
Fix it 24/7.
Yes.
The people you need to find your problems. I know you've heard about free service calls. No one really can do it free. They just want to get in your house and find a repair. They all do. And there's nothing wrong with that if you need a repair. Fix It 24/7 does it a different way. For $39, they want to find the problem, no matter what it is, with plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric, whatever it is. Okay, now when they find it, they will give you the option
of getting it done right there, fixed, and applying that $39. So in essence, it is a free call. But if you decide to shop around or not get it done just yet, all you're charged is $39. The $39 people. FixMyHome.com. Also, that's $39 introductory price for new customers on getting your furnace refurbished and cleaned and adjusted for just $39. And I mean it. They spend hours and take it apart to the extent they can and give you a no breakdown guarantee. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
Clint, don't you think that's 30 feet high up from there to there? The back side.
God damn it. If I tried to do that.
See, I also got a little...
I never made it. If there's a tiny crack, it'll go there.
It'll go there, huh?
Count about 10 feet between floors.
Okay, so 8, that's 16, plus 3, that's 19, and it's both.
See?
Joe?
Unbelievable.
Can we go off,
There we
so
go.
bad. Can we go off?
Specialists to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next market crash hits. Call 1-800-648-0303 now to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, when you call right now, I even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required, and I include the audiobook for free. Call 1-800-648-0303. 1-800-648-0303. That's 1-800-648-0303.
Hi, this is Courtney Pierce, owner of the all-new Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. We are now open at our new location, 560 South Lipan Street in Denver. Our showroom isn't quite finished yet, but we are open and ready to help you save a bunch of money on your brand new kitchen or bathroom. We offer the area's best deals on kitchen and bathroom cabinets, granite countertops, and more. With 2 colors in stock ready for immediate pickup and many more just a few weeks away, we can save you thousands without the long wait. Come in now to see all the colors and styles. 560 South Lipan Street, Denver. Look for the big orange and blue building. You can't miss it.
Did you know PriceFixerDenver.com teamed up with the largest manufacturer of furnaces in the United States? This is why they're able to install a brand new high-efficiency furnace in your house with the lowest price guarantee. The owner, Todd Terry's a third-generation heating and cooling guy right here in Colorado. And if you just need a furnace repair, they never charge a trip or diagnostic fee and have the lowest price guarantee on repairs. PriceFixerDenver.com. Great service, great prices, PriceFixerDenver.com.
PetSmart understands that sometimes your pet sounds like this when you want them to sound like this. We recommend giving them this. Delicious and nutritious American Canidae, 2 of the latest arrivals to PetSmart's selection of natural pet foods. Give your pets kibble, wet food, and treats from American Canidae. You want it? We got it. We're PetSmart. Save up to $2 on American Canidae dry food, in-store only while supplies last. See store for details.
When do you want to spot that burglar? When he's casing your home or after he's in? Ask John, whose Blink camera alerted him of burglars trying to break in while his family was home. Blink motion-activated cameras are wire-free, set up in minutes, and run on 2 lithium batteries that last up to 2 years. No contracts, totally affordable. Home security just got easier.
Blink systems start at under $80. Visit blinkprotect.com/watch. blinkprotect.com/watch.
I can speak about Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center from a personal experience. They helped me with my hearing loss and tinnitus. Tinnitus is a ringing mostly in the ear. It can be a humming. It can be a low drone. Whatever it is, it often accompanies either a trauma to the head, a disease, an infection, or a hearing loss, or all. You may have just a hearing loss. You may have just tinnitus. Whatever it is, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center can help. They were the pioneers in tinnitus research and tinnitus treatments, and they are the experts. Thanks to Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa, my tinnitus is no longer a factor in my life. They can help you too. Whether it be hearing loss or tinnitus, call them and get relief. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. 303-534-0163, 534-0163, or on the website, helpforringing.com. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center is also a member of my referral list at referralist.com. 303-534-0163, 534-0163.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Beautiful sunshine this afternoon and warming up to 50 degrees. Tonight, frosty, low 27, clear skies. Tomorrow, sunny, a warmer day, high 64. I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner, Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Come gather around, people, wherever you roam.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Mark Trenner is with us, attorney at law. And he's on our referral list at referralist.com. Trenner is a intellectual property attorney. He handles stuff for us as well. Hey, Mark, a business name. All right, let's take a business name. Let's take this one specifically, Mountain View Home Solutions. If he registered that with the Secretary of State, is that it? Does he own that name and no one else anywhere can use it?
No, just registering with Secretary of State is very, very weak protection.
What does it do for you?
Very little. Only thing that it does is somebody cannot register that identical name, but they can add an S after it, spell a little bit different. One character off in the
Well, what if they do? Hold on. What if you're with the Secretary of State as Mountain View Home Solutions, and someone else has an identical business name in Colorado, but they don't register it? They're just doing business as. Can you stop them?
You may be able to, but I mean, really, what you want to have is a trademark.
That's
you
it.
really need a trademark
That's
registration.
it. That's what I'm getting at. Is that a registration is just that, a registration, and it can serve as proof of first use. But what's more important, proof of first use or registration of a trademark?
Both are important. If somebody registers it, that's going to carry a lot Okay.
So,
first.
Rob, did you ever register
in this case,
Rob?
No.
Okay. Now, you want to do that as soon as possible, and you do it with an attorney if you want to do it right. Now, if he registers it today, but this guy's been using it longer than him, even he registered his name with the state a year ago. Let's say this other company's been using it for 10 years or 20 years. Can he register the trademark?
you can register it, and they'll be able to coexist in their current space. They won't be able to expand.
But can they? He can't make them stop after he registers?
No, I mean, if they were using it before him,
right,
you can't make them stop.
Okay.
They may actually oppose his mark if they
right,
ever have a business
right
going.
So
yeah.
How important is first usage?
First use is very important. It carries law priority, but first registration is also important because trademark office only looks at first person to register.
Until somebody challenges it.
Well, yeah, and then that gives you nationwide priority. So say there's two competing businesses in the Denver metro area. One registered first, they would actually have the Denver area plus the entire United States, even if they're not in, say, for example, New York City. The other company that would say they were already operating in Denver before you registered, they can continue operating there, but now they cannot expand to other areas.
Rob.
Because that would be an infringement.
Do you have any specific questions?
No, you actually answered a lot. I appreciate that.
So what you should do, Rob, if I were you, I should say, not telling you what to do. If I were you, I would register it.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
And I would call Mark Trenner, actually. Listen.
Hey, Tom, I do appreciate you what Trenner had to say, but is there any way to register it?
Wait, where did he go? Rob, if you got disconnected, it's my fault. I was wondering if he was going to say, and I think I know what he's going to say, can he do that pro se on his own without an attorney? Mark?
Yeah, you sure can, but if you make a mistake, it could end up costing you a lot more money to fix it. You may end up with no rights at all.
How would someone do it on their own?
You go to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office website and fill out their form and submit it.
Okay. And what's the registration fee?
The government fee is $275.
Okay. And when you do it, and you've done for me,
you guys not only do the registration itself, but you look to see there's nothing else like it or no complications with it and other things that will help in the future. It's well worth it. What does that cost approximately for just a single registration?
Our fee is $350.
I mean, come on. Who would ever mess around with that? Joe Chiano, did you hear that? Joe stopped by to say hi.
Absolutely, Tommy. In fact, I'm going to call Mark.
Yeah.
And actually, Mark, you're going to help me register my company.
Yeah. Become, well, I just want to say Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. Here's his number. And he does patents and provisional patents. He also does copyright stuff, and he helps. He really does. And patent searches. 720-221-3708. And he's on the referral list at referrallist.com. His website, us-patentattorney.com. I love having experts on the referral list, and one of them is Joe, you just heard. I wanted Joe to educate me about annuities, which I don't understand. I was always told annuities are bad. Then other people say annuities are great. I want him to help us out. He does become the banker, okay, but he also is a registered financial advisor, so he's a smart guy. So after the break, I do want to find out about annuities. I have to admit I'm ignorant when it comes to annuities, and I know a lot of people have heard about annuities. And there are some that pay out over a period of time. There are some that have a life insurance policy. I don't know. I want him to dumb it down for us if he can do that, and I know he can. So hang out for that. Now, Robin, we are going to get someone, our personal injury attorney. I'd like to get John Fuller to talk to you. As I know, this commercial moving company injured your nephew and fiance, or no, minor injuries. That's right. We don't need the personal injury because that's minor injuries. So why are you calling? If this guy was arrested because he's a felon and Black Hawk Moving ran into the van ran into your kids, tell me why you're ask your question. I'm not sure why you're calling.
Okay. So there are two issues. The first one being that when we research the company, it seems that it is the way they do business. They've had 5 crashes since May of this year, not including the one with my nephew and the felon.
Oh.
The drivers had a violation due to drugs and alcohol, so or DUI. And when my nephew called the reported insurance company, they had said that Black Hawk Moving had let their policy lapse in
Okay,
May.
so research shows a bad DMV record and no insurance. What else?
Well, we just can't find out anything about them.
Okay, but here's what I want to know. Are you just a do-gooder? Why? And I mean this now.Hold on. Listen to my question. It's logical.
Yes, I am.
It's logical. I'm going to ask this. Minor injuries, nobody cares. They're minor injuries. You probably have collision.
$5,000 worth of damage to the car.
Well, they have collision coverage. Is that right?
My nephew?
Yeah.
Yes, he has. I'm sure he does.
Okay,
yes.
so what I'm getting at is, are you just pissed off there's a company this bad on the roads?
Yeah, this bad on the road, endangering people up and down the interstate.
You are a crusader of sorts. I mean, you want to, even though there's nothing to be gained by this for your nephew and niece or fiance, I like this. You just want to drop a dime and let people know about these people.
I think the notoriety is huge, yes.
Okay, you think people should be warned. I love that. I mean, that's altruistic. I thought you were going to call and say, they're injured, they need this, they need that, we need this, we need that. You're just calling because you don't want them doing this to other people, and they've had 6 crashes in how long?
Since May.
Oh, my.
Of this year.
Wait. 6? Okay, we need to look into them. I absolutely agree. 6 crashes since May. And what other problem other than you said insurance lapse? That's important. Have you called the cops to look into these deadbeats?
Have not. Really, I have just been trying to get a personal injury or a personal property attorney involved, and because the injuries are minor.
Well, Robin, that's why I asked, what do
yeah,
you
I know.
want?
They've all said no.
Well, of course. Why would they get involved? What was your thinking? Why did you want an attorney involved? Tell me your reasoning.
I just really thought that based on the negligence of the company that there might be more in terms of compensation.
You mean punitive damages?
Yes, that's what I believe.
Okay. Hold on. You know what? That's a good legal question. Can you go after a company just because they're bad dudes, bad women, bad men, and maybe get punitive damages? It's something that we can ask.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver.
The same company, it just
Really?
hit me.
Really?
It never showed up with their furniture.
Blackhawk?
Blackhawk. I know it was Blackhawk.
Really?
We should maybe go. Hold on, Dano. Please make a note for Sleaze Brigade. We should probably go after. I mean, if this is that bad of a company, we should do something about it.
Their website's phonied up too.
We should do something. Would you remind me for Sleaze Brigade, please? I mean, I need to keep this thing up to date. I'm going to put it in. Actually, that's what I'll do. If I start a, that's a good idea. Let me just start
I know
a
it's the
draft.
same company never showed up, and we called, they never showed up for the furniture, then they wanted more money. Same
We've
place.
had several of those.
I know, but this is one of them. Their website's phonied up.
Wow.
They took a picture of a truck and they put their logo on the side of it. I showed the photos. You know how the trucks have the ribs in them?
Yeah.
When they Photoshop the logo in there, there's no ribs coming through it.
Okay.
So it's a photo fake.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. You better go to that website, make your own appointment, because their schedule is filling up. If you want to have stuff done before the holidays, the holiday pushes on. Not only do you get their normal 20, 30, 40% discounts, in rare cases 50%, not only those, they're putting on an extra 5% discount on every single order, plus special discounts and rebates from Shaw, 24-month low-cost financing. Make your own appointment. They're at 52nd and Ward. You can drop by, but why not just make your own appointment at SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I've been in retirement planning and wealth.
Okay, I'm going to make a note of this post. Okay, so it's the name of the company is what there, Dano?
Blackhawk Moving.
Okay.
That could make a significant impact on your retirement. Whether you're retired or want to see how soon that can happen, give me a call to set up a complimentary, no-obligation visit. I'll show you how I can help you get the most sustainable income out of Social Security, your 401ks, your IRAs, rental properties, and your brokerage accounts. When you know what's coming in this month, next month, and every month thereafter, you'll be able to...
Why did I do away with Tiny House?
Retire happy. Retire with Tucker. You can reach us at 303-734...
Didn't we have a lot of problems with them?
Well, that was one in Colorado Springs, and then
on vacation in Florida, he may or may not answer.
This is not an offer to buy or sell. Securities are offered through Tucker Asset Management. Joseph A. Lazara, attorney.
Tiny houses. I remember that being a problem. I don't know why.
yeah, I think that was one down there, and then the guy wouldn't
Tiny
come.
house, big problems. It was a draft. Owners David and Paula Papin have up and left after many complaints. Started rolling in.
Isn't this the one that when they wanted a guy come on, he said he wouldn't come on again and stuff because they settled with him?
In one instance, a tiny home and delivery was paid in full, but tiny house was never delivered. Eco cabins were attempting to deliver said house when a snowstorm hit. Eco cabins left.
Davis Law is at lunch.
This one looks good. I need to see why. This is still. I never finished this story.
Settling for slow internet? Well, time is money.
So I have.
Contact Business now and get a great deal on fast, reliable internet. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, installation when it works for you, and 24/7 customer support. It's time to take your business beyond. Right now, add TV and voice for only $34.90 more per month when you purchase any internet speed. Plus, we offer solutions like powerful Wi-Fi that thinks about what customers want, and automatic internet backup that keeps your business running. So what are you waiting for? Get the internet your business really needs. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer ends 12/30/19. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and basic TV on one upgrade. Requires Comcast Business Internet and additional monthly charge. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra. Subject to change. Backup limits up to 8 hours. If you experience property trauma, and I hope you never do, fire, flood, storm, mold, chemical exposure, toxins, asbestos, remember this name, American Restoration 24/7. We racked our brains and did a search for the best of the best in this field. If you need a cleanup, no one better than American Restoration 24/7. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST. Or amrest247.com.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TOM, 713-8255. We have a lot of work going on behind the scenes. Like that moving company. God, do they sound like bad guys. Mountain View, no, excuse me, not Mountain View. Blackhawk. Blackhawk Moving. Turns out we've had complaints about them too. So we're working on that one with Robin. Then Natasha wants to talk about a problem with a contractor. Natasha, what's the problem with the contractor?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
Hi, thank you. I spoke with you a couple of weeks ago on air about a program that's supposed to treat adult men with drug addiction problems, and a client was sexually involved with a female staff member.
Yes.
And the client was subsequently returned to prison. It's a community correctional facility.
Yeah, we didn't understand that. Now, hold on. The client was the one being sexually exploited?
Yes.
And the client was a man?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And the woman who's in charge of the house, the halfway house or whatever the hell you call it,
right,
she was having sexual relations with him.
Yes.
Who complained?
The client's outside counselor complained.
So he complained to his counselor.
Right.
And okay.
Counselor outside the program, right.
And who is the adult was the director of the house?
Yes, the manager of the house. Yes.
House manager. Okay, what I don't understand is how does he complain about being sexually exploited? If this was a woman, it would, I think things would be different. This guy was being forced into sex, and he complained about it, and he was sent back to jail for it.
Exactly.
But won't they say he violated the terms too? I mean, you know, in other words, he was a perpetrator, and she was I mean, what I'm saying is that if they were both willing participants, he violated his conditions or not?
No. No, actually, the way
Is she still working?
Not there. No, she's not working
was
there.
Was she fired?
Yes, I believe she was.
Okay.
The thing is that it is actually a felony for a staff member at a community correctional facility to have any sexual involvement with a client.
Okay, was she charged?
No. The Denver Police Department Sex Crimes Unit said there wasn't enough evidence.
Okay, well, hold on. That could be. Yeah. I mean, there's not enough evidence. She's not going to admit it. What about the guy, I'm going to call him the victim.
Yes.
What was he was a felon, and
yes, sir.
He was out?
It's a community correction program, so clients live there for approximately a year.
Instead of a sentence, or at the end of their sentence, or what?
It's the way they are serving their sentence.
Okay.
So they're actually serving their sentence in a community correctional facility.
An alternate way.
Yes, sir. It's supposed to be treatment.
I like it.
Right.
Alternate way to serve sentence. I mean, it seems more productive, but
it is.
So he was actually sent to hard time. He's in prison.
Yes, because yes, they trumped up the charges on him to get rid of him. But I believe
Well,
it was in retaliation.
what charges were trumped up?
He had an unauthorized cell phone, which he said that the house manager gave to him. So he got that from her.
What else?
Then he also had a pill in his pocket.
Yeah.
Which is not allowed in drug treatment.
Oh.
But there's a law, a series of laws called the Prison Rape Elimination Act.
Yeah.
And it stipulates that you must give a victim special consideration if they act out after being victimized.
Okay, what was the pill?
I'm not sure. I believe it was something for bulking up. He was lifting weights.
Okay, now I do believe that these are very special circumstances. Really. Did he have an attorney?
No, he didn't.
And what is your role in all of this?
My role is that I worked in this program coordinating the Prison Rape Elimination Act. And the director of the program would not let me investigate this case.
So what did you do? You worked for the state?
Yes, sir.
Are you an attorney?
No, nope, a counselor. But the Prison Rape Elimination Act requires that you have a person working in the position to investigate and to follow up on any allegations of sexual assault or harassment on clients or
So how did you
patients
get wind of this? You weren't working in this home, right?
No, yes. Yeah, I was working in the program. I got fired as soon
in that home you were working.
Well, it's 3 different buildings. I was in the administration building of that home. Yes.
What were you doing there?
Again, I was coordinating the Prison Rape Elimination Act.
Okay, I understand that, but I in other words, every home hires a person to coordinate this?
Only residential community correctional facilities have to do that.
Why?
And prison
What
and
do you
jails.
coordinators do? Do you all get together and say how to go this week? Nobody got raped? No, I mean, how does it work?
Sure. There's a whole reporting protocol for any allegations of any sexual misconduct. There's all kinds of things like posters have to be up everywhere.
I get it. Now I get it. Okay, so you're not coming up with different wording or editing or revising this act. You're simply wanting to know that people know about it and take advantage of it.
Yes, sir. That's
okay.
correct.
I get it. And the very spirit of this law was just violated where you worked.
Yes, exactly.
And you got fired?
Yes.
Why? Because you were pissed over it?
No, because I reported the situation to the Office of Behavioral Health.
What did you report?
I reported that a client was retaliated against by being returned to custody after having been sexually involved with a staff member.
This sucks. And you mean to tell me you reported this and got fired?
Yes, sir.
What was the reason for firing you?
What they said was the reason was that I got another report in September from a staff member of the outpatient program, our component, who said that another client said that the same staff member wanted to have sex with this client with her and her daughter.
But what does that have to do with you?
It happened when the client was in the residential treatment part of the program.
What does this have to do with you? Why were you fired?
Okay, I did not tell the director about this because the client was afraid of being retaliated against for reporting it. So I did not tell her. I did report it to the Office of Behavioral Health. And when the director found out about that, she said she was shocked that I hadn't told her and just summarily fired me after 25 years working there.
So you were how long there?
25 years.
Wait a minute. This is hold on a second. This sounds outrageous. And it sounds like a major news story to me. Let me get this straight. Natasha worked at this adult alternate corrections house.
Yes.
And you were there to help avoid and prevent prison rape. And
to investigate and report any allegations.
And you found out about the house director having sex with someone. That someone got sent to prison and you got fired.
Yes, sir.
Natasha,
Why are you calling back? I'm surprised I didn't follow up on this. I'm kicking myself in the ass right now. Why did you call back? Did you call back because you hadn't heard from me? Because that would be a good reason, and I can't believe that I did not pick up on this. I mean, and at the risk of sounding senile, last time, how did we leave it? I'm serious, Natasha. How did we leave it?
We left it that I would send a bullet-pointed list to Suzanne,
Okay.
which I did. And then I called to follow up to see if she had gotten it. I believe she was on vacation.
She is.
And then
do we have that bullet-pointed list? So
yes,
do we have it, Dano? Send it to me. Okay, Natasha, this time when I tell you that I will be back in touch with you because I have this list, it's going to be done. This is outrageous. Hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
It's fucking amazing.
No kidding.
Now listen, what about this moving? Are you dealing with it? Are you going to handle
make sure they get up in Police Brigade? This is the same company that
but,
helped people's
but also, call them too.
Yeah.
Now, Daph, we don't need Robin to hang on. As long as we have her contact info, do we, Clint? No, he's going to get it.
Are you sure Dan doesn't have it?
Have who, Robbins?
Maybe I do on here.
No, I don't. She never called in.
Okay, who's following up what? You're also following up that guy in Florida that's stranded, right?
Yep.
Okay, you have a list of all this shit, right?
Yep.
I don't want these dropping through the cracks.
Okay. Over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online.
So we're gonna have
Learn more at Indeed.com.
Dave's law firm. They're the only employment. So she.
MyOhioStatePlanning.com. You heard Blake Harris on the show several times because he's our go-to expert for probate. Somebody dies, you need help, you can call him. Always free consultations. Or maybe there's a trust that needs to be administered. Maybe someone is challenging a will, or you're challenging a will, whether you need help defending it or going after it. He also does forming and amending and dissolving trusts, also revocable and irrevocable trusts. And here's what's really important, it can all be summed up. Asset protection. Don't become a target for others. And you can do that through well-placed trusts and information. 720-924-6171. 720-924-6171. That's all he does. All day, every day. You can depend on Blake Harris. MileHighEstatePlanning.com.
Did you know indoor air can be 5 times
So this Natasha, what she's really looking for is a lawyer to sue them, but she doesn't have money to pay the lawyer.
This is a big case. I'm going to go to Denver trial lawyers with it.
Makers of radically different air purifiers. Until now, the
This
most
is a big
Now the
case.
sexual thing, it's not intercourse. I guess she had put her hand down his pants.
It wasn't ongoing?
I don't think, but it was also, I didn't really get into it with her daughter too. What they did with her daughter did also. So
Whose daughter?
The house manager and her daughter both had sexual relations with this guy.
my God.
molecule air purifier for you.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is getting crazy. I need to write a story. I need to write some stuff.
Plus, right now, when you visit molecule.com,
So I sent you-
How old were they?
KULE, you'll save 10%.
She thinks the house manager was
That's
50
promo code
some,
fresh air. Don't collect
and
pollutants.
whatever.
Destroy
And
them
the
with
guy from
molecule.
prison was late 20s, early 30s.
And what about the daughter?
I'm
Right, 30, 20?
20s, 30 maybe.
God, that's weird.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Could be a show.
A mother and a daughter?
Not at the same time, I don't think.
Oh, not at the same time?
No.
Oh my God.
I don't think, you know what, I didn't get into all that with her. I'll give you her number and you can talk to her and ask her.
What do we
Joe.
call this? What is it called? Is it a halfway house?
Here. It's like a halfway house.
Well, what is it called? Just I need a slug for our story.
Yes.
Community corrections.
Yeah, it's CU Community Corrections. It's by the university.
Oh, Colorado University.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's who runs it.
Are you kidding?
Well, here, let me.
It doesn't matter. I'll find out. I need to start getting off my ass on this.
coverage for all of your healthcare needs. From medical and hospital insurance to prescription drug coverage, all rolled into one convenient plan. The AARP Medicare Advantage Walgreens plan from United Healthcare also offers you a low monthly premium, $0 copays on Tier 1 prescription drugs filled at Walgreens.
It's a University of Colorado's Peer 1 therapeutic community.
Wow.
Finally, the freedom you earn in a Medicare plan you deserve. Go to AARP Medicare Advantage Walgreens.com for all the plan details. That's AARP Medicare Advantage Walgreens.com.
Peer 1 is a long-term residential treatment program. Community correctional facility for adult men.
It doesn't recommend products and encourages you to evaluate your needs. United Healthcare contracts directly with Walgreens for this plan. AARP is affiliated with parties to this contractual relationship. 0% not available at non-preferred pharmacies. Other pharmacies are available in our network.
So she was a contractor. She had retired from the program and they hired her back as a contract, so she's a contractor.
I'm not sure about Rick, but now I'm awkward and I'm seeing all the freelance help I need. Creative directors, designers, PMs, all of
Every time you come, we get something weird, Joe. Otherwise, it's very
It's really exciting.
blah.
Do you notice how the phones have been crazy the last few days?
I know it, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it is the weather, like say when it was snowy, that's when it was really
With that real bad weather, we don't get a lot of calls. Is that
It
weird?
seems like, yeah.
Is it because people aren't working?
Amniotic fluid, umbilical cord, and other fluids they have shipped into the clinic. And I'm sorry if I offend people, but you got to figure this out. If a clinic has fluids shipped into their clinic, you are not getting true living stem cell therapy. Under current law, it's impossible. You must have it extracted on site. Centeno Schultz, one of the few clinics truly giving stem cell therapy. Look for their seminars or call them for an evaluation. 303-963-9201.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Centeno, and if you come to one of our stem cell treatment seminars, we're going to give you the real skinny on what works and what doesn't work. We're going to show you how you can be active and functional again without surgery.
303-963-9201.
I've seen lives changed by high-quality stem cell therapy.
You check things all the time, like your email every 10 seconds, or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your
I
credit?
don't do that.
Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores to everyone for free, even if you're not a customer. And checking your score won't hurt your credit. We call it the Discover Credit Scorecard. And once you know your score, you should check to see if your current credit card is the best fit for you. Check your credit, compare your card. Go to discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KL. Then you can hear
I'll bet you Captain Jelko thinks mine was a fake call.
Getting 630K how?
Do what?
I bet you Captain Jelko thinks my call was a fake call. You know, you got the IRS calling you and everybody else anymore. I'll keep calling him.
I'm Tom Martino with Joe Chiano from Become the Banker. Is the name of your business Become the Banker? Is that the name of the business, actually?
Yes, Tom.
Okay.
That is the name of the business.
Now, you're a certified financial advisor, but the main thing you do are these overfunded life insurance policies that grow tax-free, and then you have strategies for taking them out tax-free in loans or in disbursements. What I want to know, well, they're all loans in a way, but that is not complicated if you go to one of their webinars. They're doing webinars where you can do this from home and listen to them, and I'll give you more information on that. I want to know, though, where do annuities fit in? When do people buy annuities? I was always told they're wrong, and the only reason people like them is they pay high commissions to the advisors. Can you give me the lowdown truth on – I know you give me the truth, but I want to know, are there bad annuities?
Absolutely.
And
Tom.
they're good annuities.
They are. They're good
What
and bad.
is an annuity? I want you to dumb this down, Joe. What is it?
An annuity is a stream of income that people can use for retirement.
But we buy that stream of income by investing?
Right. You invest it, or you can actually transfer. Like there's a lot of people that have an all 401k. They left their employer. They left it there. They have to transfer that money into an IRA. And the IRA is funded through an annuity. And the annuities that we have, we only deal with safe money strategies and safe money products.
Okay, but what – okay. And obviously, I know you're going to hawk what you have, and I believe you. I really do, Joe. But an annuity, is there a danger of me putting money in and not being able to get it all back? I'm not asking if it's not all mine. I mean, in my lifetime, getting it back. We ran across senior citizens who would never, on the distribution side of it, live long enough to get all of it. How are they structured, the good ones?
The good ones are structured that you will not lose any money. You will
Well,
not lose
that
your
part.
principal,
I'm not
okay?
talking about losing now. Again, I'm talking about getting it back.
Normally, an annuity the annuities that we promote, Tom, can actually guarantee an income stream for the rest of the client's life.
Okay,
No
but
matter
what if all the money that I put in and I don't get it all back? You're giving me an income stream, but by damn it, there's still a lot of money left when I die.
That will go to your heirs.
It will.
It will.
In a lump sum?
Either in a lump sum, or they can take a monthly distribution.
But aren't there plans where when you die, you lose what's left in that annuity?
Of course. And those are the
bad
annuities.
Okay.
Right.
So what do we look for in a good annuity, and when should we invest in an annuity? Well, I mean, is it for return on investment equity, or is it income?
It's income.
Okay.
Income.
So when do you invest? Isn't my pension plan really kind of an annuity?
It is.
I'm investing, and then I get checks at the end.
It is. It's exactly like a pension plan. Our annuities become a pension.
Are they qualified? In other words, do I get to deduct money that go in them?
Yes.
You do?
They are qualified, yes. They're IRAs, actually.
Oh, but subject to your income, you can put it away.
Right. But you can transfer any monies that you have from an old 401k
into
an IRA. So
I get you. So you can go from an IRA to an annuity.
Right, exactly.
And get past that yearly limit because you just okay. I want to talk about really now why some people should have some annuities or what they should look like.
Okay.
Do you ever recommend these annuities instead of Become the Banker policies ever?
They go hand in hand.
Do you ever have one without the other?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, folks. This is Truth Radio when it comes to this stuff. Hang on for this and more.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is coming up at 5 after the hour on Denver's Talk Station.
Give information. Whether or not it's about a specific thing you do, the fact that you give information makes you a trusted source.
I believe that.
And it does more for your sales than anything.
Great. Well, no, that's great. But
because if you always talk about the same thing,
absolutely.
Like when you talk about something and you're an authority, but he also does this, that authority piece is never forgotten. That's what I try to get across to people. If you're a personal injury attorney and you're in here, there's never going to be enough to talk about just personal injury. But if you chimed in on a contract or something, or gave someone some insight, they then think this man knows what he's talking about, whether or not it's personal injury. I try to get that across to my experts all the time. If you're an expert,
Yelps and stuff?
You're never going to have enough calls to make it interesting on one topic. You will, however, generate interest in your authority. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. Ask me what are the benefits of my annuity. There's a list of benefits, which differentiates a good annuity from a poor annuity.
Also, the accidents will that directly concern us.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
There's just a culture right back.
Okay.
They hire only criminals. They hire people right out of jail.
I'm going to call this guy.
Who is this?
That damn trucking company.
On purpose, they hire them.
They hire them right out of jail.
Well, there are some companies do that to try to help people, which is a good thing.
But these people don't have a CDL. They never register them with the company or register them with the insurance company.
Okay.
These drivers.
Bad news then.
Well, some of these trucks don't need a CDL though, right?
The driver does.
Really?
Yeah, if you're using that truck and it's over commercially.
Right, but I don't think those are those big semis that they're doing.
It doesn't have to be. I got the little truck I just bought, the 1 ton. It's a commercial. It would be so nice to have. You can find something. $30,000.
Oh, well, thank
How
you so
you
much.
doing?
Good.
Good.
You could probably
Look at how it just goes out.
rent it out.
Let's buy one, Clint. Me and you.
I don't need it. I can get to everything I got to get to because I've done either scaffolding or forklift. But
look at how nice it is.
I know it folds up really nice. It's a hell of a machine.
Learning about exactly when we humans transformed from apes began
Runs on
Like this
batteries?
guy's building homes, getting up to all the siding and trim
Oh,
and windows.
jeez.
It's gotta
To
be
go around doing little things and
Yeah.
stuff with the...
I wonder, what would be involved in renting it? Of course, you gotta worry about getting it back.
Well, the rent's still only $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
But if you were a little like a handyman and stuff and had to go...
Yeah, well, you know, you get buried and it's just like me buying another damn dump truck.
Yeah.
You
No,
start
I
just
know.
Now I got a second, now I'm a 2 dump truck family. I got one here and I got one in Phoenix.
And you're right, it was just sitting not getting used and stuff. But
Well, our dump truck, we have to have it here to plow snow. In the winter, we have to. I mean, we don't have any choice. We gotta plow snow with it. The one down there, we're buying properties that hoarders have been in. You gotta haul that
oh,
shit away.
you do your own snow hauling?
At the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to plow.
Ah. That's part of the rental agreement.
We lease 10 acres. We have all those 67 hangars on. All that land that we're on, the ramps and taxiways
You
around
gotta
there.
plow that. How often do you gotta plow it? Like 2 inches of snow or?
Yeah, it depends on the time of year. If it's 2 inches in April or 3 inches in April, it'll melt quick.
Right.
So it just depends.
But if some people come on and says, what the hell, I can't even get it in my hangar?
We've got a couple doctors that leave at 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Wow.
Both of them do the same thing. Have you heard of robotic surgeries?
Yeah.
They jump in when the robot went bad. When the robotic surgeries went bad, these guys get called out to fix it.
Wow.
And so they got to be there quick, so they fly these really fast airplanes. And they leave at God knows in the morning. But I can't be there quick enough, so they have the airport plow them a path from their hangar to the runway.
Oh, really? Do you gotta pay for that then?
No. The airport does it for these doctors. Just
okay.
They have to plow runways and ramps anyway, so they just do it as a courtesy for the docs.
Gotcha.
But those are the only 2 guys, God, they fly out whether the airlines are flying.
Wow.
They fly their own pilots, so they...
Yeah, they fly. Tom had one. You had a Cirrus, didn't you, Tom?
Yeah, brand new one. Loved it. Fuck,
These doctors fly out in weather that nobody will fly in with those Cirruses.
Yeah, because they're safe, but it's still stupid, because why do you want to wreck the plane? You'll live, maybe, with that parachute, but why do you want to wreck a plane?
Well, these guys get called out.
There have been plenty of people killed in them, too.
Yeah.
But if you fly that the right way, you'll never be killed in it.
Well, they must be pretty good, because they go out in weather that is unbelievable.
Well, you know why? The autopilot is so dependable, it's scary, and then they get rusty. I'm convinced that some of these guys wouldn't know how to fly through bad weather without it.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
The damn thing just does everything. It's like a fucking 747.
It also Joe, it also has a ballistic parachute.
Yeah, that's what
if all else fails, the chute goes out.
Now,
that's phenomenal. That is.
Here's the thing.
Why do they do that with a commercial airline?
Also, there's a straight and level button that no matter what's happening, one button brings you straight and level.
My Mooney had that.
Wow.
My 67 Mooney had that.
Yeah, but nothing like this.
Yeah, nothing like that.
I mean, this has sensors in every direction and G-forces.
Amazing.
If you get, let's say you get in bad weather, totally disoriented, you keel over, you press a button, it'll straight and level you, then you pull the chute. There have been stories of guys found unconscious in the plane with a heart attack, and they've been taken away and saved.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. The 2 guys that do that are docs that fly out to correct robotic surgeries.
You know what, here's the thing I wonder. I'm 66 now, and at what point do I worry about flying alone? Seriously.
You know, that's the whole reason
I don't want to kill anybody. I mean, especially in my family. I mean, I fly, and I'm relatively good health, but no one ever knows as you get older. They don't take your pilot's license away. If you can pass every 2 years you pass your test.
It's really not.
I mean, Phil Card, he must be dead now. He was 95 and passing his biannuals and was flying. But I'll
95?
tell you, I flew with him. Look, he was an instructor. He gave me a biannual. But I just couldn't trust it. If I wasn't a pilot, I couldn't fly with him.
Wow. At the airport, there used to be an FAA official. He's Joe. I can't remember what his name is. First name is Joe. But he's in his 90s, mid-90s.
Then there was Gene up in, I don't know, he had a Mooney, Gene. There's a lot of old fuckers. They were old, I knew them, and they just One guy could hardly see and hear, and he'd say, "Is that a plane?" I said, "What the hell are you asking me?" I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Nuff said, N-U-F-F, Nuff said, if you want it. Oh, Daphne, did it help just recently? You don't have to tell me unless it really did it?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
And it doesn't make you high. It makes you feel good, though, even when it's taking away the pain or helping you sleep or anxiety. Out of golden panacea life, realcbdthatworks.com, realcbdthatworks.com. Okay, so Joe Cano's with us, and we're talking about annuities. I love being educated. Betty's with us. She has a serious problem we're looking into. In general, it has to do with medical care in a prison. I was trying to get a hold of a particular attorney. If you have any calls, get them in, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. When's your next webinar, by the way, Joe, if people want to learn about Become the Banker?
It is going to be the 14th of November.
How do people register for a webinar?
They can go to becomethebanker.org.
And that all the information's there?
All the information is there. Just click the button that says book the next webinar.
Is my video on there?
Yes, it is.
Becomethebanker.org. Listen, when you click the button to register, I have not done a webinar. What do you see you? Can I see you on the webinar?
You will see my computer screen, and you can also see me.
Okay. So it's like I'm at a seminar, but it's home.
Exactly.
Or at my office or whatever.
You don't have to worry about
Can you do it on a cell phone?
Absolutely. You can do that on a cell phone,
okay,
tablet, or a desktop.
All right. That's pretty cool. I know that a lot of people have tried the webinar. Let me know how that works. Okay, so, but in addition to Become the Banker, and I'm not trying to push past that, he does that. He's been doing it for years, overfunding life insurance. Growing tax-free, pulling it out tax-free. Let's talk about, though, annuities, because I know you also do that. And I was always told that there are some really bad annuities, and I wanted to know what to look for in a good annuity. And he summed it up and said an annuity, and if you have any questions, you can call us, by the way. You say an annuity is buying an income stream. You're investing money that will someday come back to you in an income stream. But how many years do you have to fund it for it to really be an annuity? In other words, I mean, if I am 20, I can see that, but if I'm 65, for God's sakes, and I'm only funding it for a few years, it can't give me income for life.
Well, Tom, you know, there's different types of annuities.
Right.
One of them is called immediate annuities.
What does that mean?
Like, you know, when somebody wins the lottery.
Yeah.
They can choose either.
So what does it mean? Well, tell me how, okay. What does it do? Give me the actual.
Annuity, it will give you an income stream day one for the rest of your life.
If you're disabled or what?
Or you don't have to be disabled.
Well, Joe, I obviously can't open an annuity today and tomorrow collect income for life.
Yes, you can.
Well, okay, without putting it
money.
Oh, with what?
When you put a lump sum of money.
Okay, but they must calculate that lump sum of money based on your health and your projection.
No, they will base it on your mortality table.
Oh, that's what I mean. Okay, so
yeah,
about the older you are, the more money you have to put in, right? Obviously.
Sure.
Okay, so if you're in your 60s, well, let's take normal people. I mean, look, I keep saying 60s. If you didn't do it by then, you should. Let's say somebody in their 40s. What would be a lump sum? So if something happened to them with a heart attack in their 40s, they'd have income, or you know, they had to retire or something. What?
You know, it could be really any amount, because see, the annuity.
Okay, any amount based on, but the income will vary based on how much you put in.
It will base.
Otherwise, I'll put in $1,000 and I want to get $500,000 a year.
No, there's no
right.
way. Okay,
so let's talk realism.
True.
Let's talk.
No, the key is you could put a lump sum of money.
Okay.
Okay, and that lump sum of money is going to grow. So if you don't need the income right now,
right?
Okay, that money is going to grow and grow and grow.
And the longer you wait, the more income you get.
You got it. So when you turn 65 or whenever you want to take the money out, then you can get an income stream based on that money, based on the balance of the annuity.
Okay. And the income stream is, again, based on mortality tables. It's designed to give you income for the rest of your life.
And upon your death.
So it might be, what, $1,000 a month up to $50,000 a month, or how much? I mean, how much?
We have a lot of clients that will, you know, they go from $10,000 a year to maybe $100,000 a year. Just depends on the amount of money they want to put in.
I get you. But putting that money in and purchasing this income stream, couldn't they just put that money in a good CD and get the same result?
No.
Why?
You see, these annuities deal with nothing to do with the stock market. They're basically following an index like the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. And what they do, Tom, when the market goes up, even though your money is not in the stock market, when the market goes up, you're going to get you're going to capture a portion of that growth. When the market plummets to the ground, you stay level. It ratchets.
It never goes down. It just ratchets up. Okay.
So you'll never lose your principal or your gains.
Okay. So if you're ratcheting up, you earn at that level, and future money you put in earns at that level?
Exactly. So when the market goes up again, you go from that point to the next
If
level.
I start taking income at 70,
yes,
and I die at 71, what happens to the balance?
It goes as a death benefit to your loved ones.
Okay. So what happens if I die before taking my income? Death benefit?
Death benefit to your loved ones.
Okay.
So there's a lot of benefits.
What is the return?
It just depends on the
Some of the ones you've actually sold, what are the returns?
The return has been a double-digit return. Between 12
Guaranteed?
Between 12 and 15%.
Is there anything guaranteed?
Yes, it is. There's a guarantee floor of 1.5%.
Okay.
But that's just a guarantee floor. That's the worst that could happen.
Okay, now, have you, on the ones you've sold over the last 5 years, honest to God, have gotten double-digit returns every time?
Absolutely. Over the last 10 years, we have gotten the
Okay,
majority of our clients
I believe it.
between
Now,
10 to
what about this then? On a annuity that I buy, and folks, I'm trying to shoot holes in this, so feel free to call 303-713-TALK. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because I'm thinking about doing one. I might be too old to do one. I mean, like I detest people who sell things to older people where they're not apropos. But if I had a lump sum in an IRA and it's not making that much, why not purchase some income?
Why not transfer it? And this is.
But what? Okay, go ahead.
No, this is what we do, Tom, is basically we have people that have a 401k or a 403b,
right,
and they have a sizable amount of money.
Let's say they have $500,000.
Yeah, so they can transfer that money into this annuity IRA. It has to be a qualified plan, right? They don't have to contribute any more money into it.
It's just there.
It's just there.
Now,
and let me give you the benefits, though. The company will give them, number one, a 9% bonus for just transferring the money.
Okay.
Secondly, their safety. They're not going to lose their principal or their growth.
Do they all have immediate income options?
They do. They do.
So they're taking a gamble on you, like life insurance does, that you're going to pay in enough to make this worth it. Or the only way you get an immediate income option is a lump sum.
It's a lump sum.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yep.
See, that's realistic. Now, because things that are hocus pocus, I don't believe in. Do you have any questions about annuities, Dan? Have you ever thought about doing one? Is there anything you don't like about them?
Just that in the past they had a bad reputation because they didn't really pay.
They were top loaded, whatever that meant. Or what does that mean when they're loaded?
That means that there's a lot of fees. And
so if you put $100,000 in, you don't really have $100,000 in there.
That is right. You know, you're going to be charged a fee every single year. Like if you invest.
So does your annuity have a fee?
It has a fee of less than 1% a year.
Okay. But there is a fee, obviously.
There's a fee.
Yeah, because they manage it. They invest it. Do you choose where it's invested?
We actually help the client allocate the money either through the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or the Dow Jones.
That's the index.
Those are the indexes, right.
Okay. Where does the money get invested?
It doesn't get invested. It's not in the stock market.
But obviously, it's not just sitting there, Joe.
No, it's actually in the hands of the life insurance. It's a life insurance company.
Okay. So now, with an annuity, another question. Let's say I have money in the bank, and my income allows me to put a lump sum in to an annuity. This is an important question. If I put a lump sum in that annuity, and that'll give me someday some income, but I need $50,000 now for something. Can I take it?
It depends whether the annuity is a qualified annuity, like an IRA, or a non-qualified annuity. There's two types.
Okay, so with a qualified annuity, I cannot take a lump sum.
You can, but it will be taxed.
Oh, but will it be penalized as well?
It will not be penalized because you're over the age of 59 and
Okay, but if I'm under 59 and a half,
it would be penalized.
Just like a qualified plan.
It is a qualified plan.
Okay, I understand. Then a non-qualified one. Why would someone do a non-qualified one? We'll talk about that.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
CNN anchor John King said Democrat.
Fix it long.
Yeah, there's one already transferring annuity.
It's been up for more than an hour and there's no red light after it. What, is Daphne supposed to be put in jail?
Fix It 24/7. That's the name of the company, and I know them. I know the owner. I know the managers. I know the employees. I know the dispatchers. Here's what they have in mind: value, and they want to prove it to you. You know how? Free second opinions. If you're told you need anything, a water heater, a furnace, anything, they will come out and take an honest look and present you with options. If they don't think you need to replace it, they have to prove it, right? That's what I love about second opinions. You can't be BS'd. Not that they would do that anyway. But if they think you don't have a great deal, they will have to tell you what they will do it for. You're not a dummy, right? You can figure out if it's a good deal or not. That's what I love about second opinions, especially free second opinions. Why would you not do it with a company I know and trust? FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
If you've saved a lot in your IRAs, 401ks, and other accounts, taxes could be your biggest retirement expense. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, every Saturday on 630 KL. As a CPA, when we put together your comprehensive retirement plan, I'm always keeping an eye on taxes. Don't let taxes derail you.
That lady is my student right there, Linda Gardner.
Does she do what you do?
Oh yeah, yeah. She does. See, here's the key. I don't know if you knew this, but I mean, we actually own a school. It's called Eagle Education. We teach CPAs.
Still?
Oh yeah, yeah. We still have it. We're still running it. In fact, we're teaching a class in Colorado.
Do people become your competitor?
No, they're actually insurance people or financial advisors.
Well, I know that, but are they competitors of yours? Because
oh,
if
yeah,
I become the banker and go to them,
right? Some of them are. Some of them are just like Linda, you know. But the key is
just like who?
Linda Gardner. But the key is most people don't want to do that. Become the banker strategy because it's a lower commission.
Then what are you teaching there?
No, we're teaching for continuing education.
Oh.
See, the state requires everybody that has a license.
Why do you do that? Is that worth your time?
I bought it 20 years ago from a friend of mine. You know,
Does it make money for you?
It makes money. I mean, it's a pretty kind of it's a level thing, but it gives me credibility. I'm with the state of Colorado.
Okay.
See, I'm a CE instructor and a provider. My school's a provider for the state of Colorado Insurance Department. So talking about ethics, we teach ethics.
For the state?
For the state. You know, we have our school is the oldest school in Colorado. So basically, when I walk into the state of Colorado, they know me. When I go to the insurance department, they know me. So we teach 147 topics throughout the year.
Does Jordan teach?
What?
Does your son teach?
No, I have teachers.
Oh.
I have about 6 teachers now that we teach continuing education for the professionals to renew their license. And then for people that want to become an agent or a financial advisor, guess what? We teach them how to take the test. So if you go to eagle-education.com, you'll see the school. eagle-education.com. Let's see if my...
Do you still use becomethebanker.info?
Oh yeah, we do. We do.
Info?
Yeah, that's where your video resides, and also becomethebanker.org.
There's a link.
If you saw both of them, yeah.
Okay. You'd prefer me to use .org so people can do that seminar, right?
The webinar, yeah. Yeah, the webinar.
Okay. So right now we're going to push webinar.
Yeah. Thursday of next week and Saturday.
This report is sponsored by Delta Dental of Colorado. Beautiful sunshine this
Are you, so you're an approved teacher for the state of Colorado?
I'm an
approved school.
Yeah, I'm an approved school, and I'm the owner of the school, and I'm also an approved teacher.
For continuing
education and pre-licensing for people that want to get a license.
So you're getting your initial license?
Oh yeah, yeah.
For
if they want to get a license to become a financial advisor, financial planners.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Joe Cano, you know, in addition to doing Become the Banker, which is his main bread and butter, he's a financial advisor and he sells annuities as well, but he also provides continuing education. Anyone who wants to get an insurance license to sell insurance, they have to get special education approved by the state. He is a provider. Also, continuing education that's mandatory for renewing your license. Joe actually teaches and has teachers working for him. So it's the real deal. Dennis, you have a question about transferring an annuity. Go ahead.
Yes, I had an annuity for a little over 10 years now. It's a little million. It's tax-free.
It's how much?
Can I transfer that?
How much?
A little over $1 million.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. So what is your question about it?
Can we transfer it to a better annuity?
To a better annuity. Well, tell me this.
Correct.
I'm curious. The money that you have in it, what income would you get today?
I don't know.
I'd love to know that. I'd love to know that.
It's a plan of the family, yeah.
Well, now, why do you have it? For yourself?
It's my wife's. She has it for us.
Okay.
It's just she just put it in an annuity after taxes, and it's just
What is
been
her
growing
plan? Is
since
her
then.
plan to have retirement income or to leave you guys money?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Retirement income. We don't have anybody we need to leave money to, so yeah, we want to spend it.
So do you think it needs to be transferred? Is it not? What is it not doing? What are you unhappy about?
Well, we aren't getting double-digit returns on it. It's rated on the S&P, but it's been in the single digits.
So when did it go from double digits to single digits?
It's been single digits. I don't think it's ever been double digits.
Okay,
Tom.
Joe, what do you think?
You know, Tom, I think that's the wrong annuity to have.
Well, will he take a hit? Let's say there's $1 million cold in it. Will he take a hit with your fee or anyone's fee?
Actually, Dennis, I mean, if you look at the annuity contract, find out if you have any what they call surrender penalties. Some companies have surrender penalties that range between 7 to 14 years. So that if you transfer that annuity to another company, or if you cancel the annuity, basically you're going to be paying a fee to that company for taking your money out. But
even if you transfer it to another qualified plan.
That is right. But if you don't have any more surrender penalties, then you can transfer it with no fee.
Do you know if you have any surrender fees right now?
I don't believe so, but I'm going to check the contract.
That's the first thing you check.
It's matured, Tom. So
what does that? What does it mean? It matured. What does he mean?
That means that they actually put all the money into the annuity. Now they just basically want to take an income.
But there was still a surrender.
It depends on the contract.
Well, I've never seen one without. Most of them I've seen had a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it was a lesser.
Right. As they go down, it's a declining surrender penalty.
Anyway, find out that surrender, and then find out your actual average return over 5 years. Or you don't like average, do you? You like to go by median, don't you?
Yeah, by median. And Dennis, I mean, you can always call us. I mean, or you just go to becomethebanker.org, and I'd be more than glad.
Dennis, I swear to you, he would never ever switch you if he did not think it would be better. He wouldn't do it. It's not worth it to him.
We'll get in touch with you, Joe. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and give that number out, Joe.
303-779-6600.
And you'll get free advice on that. Tom, you have a question? Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah. Hey, on the initial deposit or investment on that annuity, is that what you get the interest off of, or is it?
You mean his fee?
No. Suppose I put $100,000 into it and it earns 4%. So instead of compounding, and next year I get the 4% on top of the $100,000. I'm asking you.
You want to know? You want to know if it's compounded on the entire amount?
Exactly.
Yes, it is, Tom. You know, I mean, so whatever that deposit is, you know, you're going to be gaining an interest rate over the life of the annuity.
Okay, so even though a fee is taken out,
right,
he still makes interest on the entire amount.
That is right.
Okay.
That is right.
Is there some out there that are only made money off of the initial investment?
You're talking about simple interest, right? Not compounded.
Yes.
Yeah. See, it just depends on the type of annuity, Tom. But if you have a deposit, a single deposit, and you don't want to make any more contributions into the annuity, then you are going to get the interest rate on that deposit year after year.
Only that, or will it compound?
It will compound.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
all compounded.
So I don't think there's any that just pays on the initial amount.
No, it just it
I
keeps
had
compounding.
one. It was terrible. That's why I got rid of it.
No. You want no. For
terrible.
example, if the first if you deposit 100,000, you make interest on 100,000. The next year, you'd make interest on the 100,000 plus the first year interest. On the new total, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I had one for $100,000, and the market did like 8%. It was tied into what the market did.
Right.
And I'm like, "Where's the 8% on my $100,000?"
What did you do? Did you surrender it?
Yeah, I did, but I was past the surrender fee, and then
Good.
I just put it in an S&P fund, and thank goodness.
Well, you ought to talk to Joe though, and listen. One thing I do know, he's not going to talk about something for you unless it's better. He doesn't just go out there for fees. I can tell you that. Betty, now, we've been trying to research this one attorney I wanted to get. I can't, but I still wanted to talk to you. Are you saying that your son is being denied, is he being denied medical help?
Yes. I'd like to, if I could just give you a real brief explanation.
Okay, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Okay. What he did or didn't do, he's incarcerated. What he did or didn't do is up to the courts. I have nothing to do with that. What my husband and I want is for him to get medical treatment. Okay? He was a Marine in Iraq. He worked next to the burn pits. Because of that, he got clear cell carcinoma, and they removed his left kidney. Then they found that he had sarcomatoid renal cell, which is a very fast-growing, incurable cancer, okay? He was going to the VA and being treated with infusions, and the infusions now have actually started to decrease the size of, it'll never clear it, but decrease the size of the tumor, and he's got nodule, and he's got in his lung. Anyway, so, and hospice has said that if his cancer progresses like it should, he's got maybe 2 weeks to 6 months, but it shows that the infusion is working. He got arrested the 1st of August, okay? And so...
Is this the first time? Betty, I must ask questions. Is the 1st of August the first time he was arrested ever?
I never remember him being arrested before. No, I mean, I can't.
How long is his sentence, or is he awaiting trial? What is the status?
He's awaiting trial.
Okay, well, this is what's really critical. Why isn't he not out on bail?
They've got a $500,000 bail on him.
What was the offense he was arrested for?
Attempted first-degree murder.
Okay, so on attempted first-degree murder, $500,000 is actually not that much, but they must... Okay, so you can't come up. That was the very first thing I wanted to know, bail. So he's in jail, but he's not convicted. He's simply charged with a crime right now.
Correct.
What is his attorney saying about the outcome of the trial if he lives long enough?
She says that, he for the attempted first-degree murder, he could even get probation for that. That isn't a necessarily prison offense. He could even get probation.
Okay, that's why I asked if he was ever arrested before. Do you know, and a lot has to do with this, do you know if this attempted first-degree murder was as a result of a fight or something like that, or was it something they found as a scheme or plan or plot?
No.
No what? I asked two things, so which one is it?
What he did is while he was driving down the road, he was shooting out the window, not at anybody. Nobody was...
Okay. No, that's important. Oh, that's important. He wasn't scheming to kill someone. Okay. No. The next thing, was he drunk or high?
You know what? He is on heavy medication for his for his cancer.
So he had cancer when he was doing this, and he has, and he was a Marine, right?
Yes.
Did he see combat?
Yes, that's where he was in Iraq.
Well, okay, it could be that this poor guy, and I don't mean poor guy, I mean he didn't kill anyone. It could be this guy has PTSD as well. I mean, was he ever diagnosed mentally with anything?
PTSD through the VA and 30%.
Well, why isn't someone fighting to get this guy at least charges reduced, or insanity, a plea, or some kind of treatment, or a lower bail?
I don't know.
Well, how'd you find the attorney, Betty?
They won't call me back. She
Okay,
don't
I'm
tell
asking,
me-
how did you find the attorney? On what Cracker Jack box?
did.
Huh?
He did. He did.
Who's she?
Public defender.
Okay, now that's
She's a public defender.
okay because he has no money.
Correct. And I don't either, but
Betty,
my husband do whatever
how
he
old is
can.
your son?
He's 49.
This is such a terrible thing. Has your son been hard luck basically since he got out of the service? Has he been suffering?
Well, no, not until we found out in June of 2018. He was in a motorcycle accident. That's when they found the tumor that was eating up his whole left kidney.
Oh,
and so
this
he
poor guy.
removed
I
that.
mean, this is terrible. I don't mean to sound like he's a patron saint or something, but he's a veteran. He had his ass kicked. He got in an accident. He's got cancer. I don't know if this guy should be sitting in prison like this, in jail, awaiting trial. Has anyone tried to do a hardship release, a pending trial? It's not like he's even convicted. Did he hurt anyone when he was shooting out the window?
No. No one was hit. Nobody was hurt. A couple cars were hit.
Was he ever married?
Yes, he just got a divorce, and then supposedly he got married again.
Did this happen in Arizona?
No, right here in Littleton. Started in Littleton and ended in Adams County.
And it was on the news?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Betty.
And I've been calling the head of medical all the time to talk to her. And
what is he not getting?
Pardon me. What you're not getting is when the last time I called because I keep letting them know that something has to be done for him, or he's going to die in jail. Okay. Before he even goes to trial, I told them they're being judged, jury, and executioner.
I know, but Betty, is there a possibility on any planet that he could live through this?
If he got his infusions back, if they will do that. They told me last time I called, the deputy said if I call back again, they're going to file harassment charges against me.
But Betty, you're a mom trying to save her son's life. But what I'm asking is this: what is his best prognosis? Other than a miracle, what is his best prognosis?
Hospice has said weeks to 6 months.
I'm talking about with treatment, not now, but with
treatment. With treatment, he'll never get cured, but they will get it where they could slow it down. They had slowed it down.
Okay.
He was
Betty, is this your only child?
This is my youngest boy. I have 3 boys.
How are the others doing? How are the others doing?
Fine.
They can't amongst you. You can't come up with a security for a $500,000.
No.
Okay.
No, not even close.
It would take about 10 grand, 50 grand. Oh, 50 grand.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, Betty. Here's what I want. I need the case number.
Okay.
And we need to have one of our defense attorneys look it up and just give us the rundown, okay?
Okay.
That's our first step. Hang on. Daphne's going to talk to you. My heart does go out to her, and it goes out to him, too. I mean, the guy is a loose cannon at this point, but can you see what he's going through, right, with the cancer and the military stuff, and he got cancer as a result of his military stuff, and he's in jail rotting away, dying. I mean, come on. We got more coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino.
As a veteran, I know that, veterans
Is
are not
Retro
treated
Coleman
right.
Johnson next to one?
God, look at the VA.
None.
They're
We're
not
done.
treated right.
So he
Did
must
I
have
work
been
those in
first
already and didn't know it?
Yeah, because Eddie.
That's terrible. The burn pits. That's what he was. So that's where it was with all the oil wells
When they set
burning.
the oil wells on fire, that's right.
What are you talking about?
He was in the first Iraq war.
When they set
You
all
know,
those
when they
oil wells on
Kuwait,
fire.
Yeah.
and they sent all the. I mean, it was terrible. That was.
He could traumatize anybody.
Well, no, that stuff was just raining down on them.
I did Frank.
There was benzene in it.
I did One Clear Choice Stores. I did Panacea this hour or not? No.
Our guy.
Yes, I did. I did all the Panaceas.
He's telling me that the pastor hadn't been given any leads for work, and Daphne's on the
I didn't do.
Yeah, I keep trying to give him work. He just makes up excuses.
I did Denver trial.
I asked everything I asked him. They had an excuse. When you're trying to help somebody, no, that's not going to work. No,
learn how to reduce or
I tell you what, to be at a church when I went, when my daughter went to get her baptismal thing, and just people are just calling out, begging all the time.
Yep.
And then when they try to help, and I just said, and I agree that people
Tom,
need help.
go to eagle-education.com when you get a chance. Go to eagle-education.com. That's the school.
Well, she's got
About it. You can get a better
she's got to go
Eagle Dash.
Okay.
There it is right there.
Where was
I bought it from my friend Larry Larson. So look at all the courses.
Just hold on one sec. I just want to do this.
588-2000 or at apofinancial.com. That's apofinancial.com.
I just want to do something.
What was her name?
Dawn.
No. Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn.
Dawn.
Captain Bill Cook.
Ah, shit. I can't stand it. God damn it. Oh, Eagle.
Eagle Dash.
This one. You just got too many excuses, you know. You know, there's places called Manpower where you walk into work.
Oh, yeah.
Get day labor. I mean, I just can't believe he can't find a Manpower or something.
Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. If you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only
I've never been
cost
out of
about
work in my life.
So continuing education is the one I want to get in.
Yeah, continuing education is for people that have a license already, and we teach CPAs, certified financial planners, and insurance people,
Right.
and stockbrokers. So we deal with all their licenses. They have to be renewed, and they have to have 24 hours of continuing education, and that's what we do for the state.
He just has too damn many excuses for it.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure I had that.
Yeah, look at the courses when you get a chance. So that's it.
What's that?
Look at the courses on the website, and you will see this is just the upcoming courses that we have. See?
Where is it located?
We have them all over the place. Like we have them at our office. It's the main office. We hold courses there. We have them at up north in Loveland, Colorado Springs, Westminster.
How many people?
Casper, Wyoming. How many people go? Between 15 to sometimes 25. So we hold a lot of classes, and we hold more than one state. So if you scroll down.
Are you kidding me?
No, I mean
So you bought this from a buddy who had it
about
established?
20 years ago.
Why did he get out?
He retired. He was too old, and I was teaching for him. I wanted to give back something to the industry, so I was teaching for him. So he asked me if I wanted to buy it. So I bought it 20 years ago. So, but I never changed the name because he had a great following. I mean, all the students.
Oh, Larry.
Yeah.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
What is this one, this update that Clint has? I need to wait for him before I can do it. 303-713-TALK. So let's go back to annuities, okay? You put in either a lump sum or you put in regular payments. Is that right? Is that called a premium?
That is correct.
But if you're contributing a premium and you become and you can't retire until you fully funded it, right? I mean, you can't get your income.
Right. It's a retirement vehicle.
Right.
That's what it is.
But so you contribute to a certain point and then collect.
That is right.
Okay.
And normally that's when you reach that retirement age. Then you can get.
But if it's non-qualified, how does that work? Same way.
It's the same way, actually.
Except the initial money is not deducted?
No, see, an unqualified is for people that don't have a 401k or an IRA right now.
Yeah.
They're just putting money out of their own pocket. Okay?
Right, but they don't get to deduct it.
Right.
Right.
Now, if you have.
But it grows tax-free.
It grows tax deferred.
Right.
And then when you take it out, you do have to pay taxes on the gain.
So you can't borrow from it like you do become the banker.
No.
So isn't become the banker like an annuity?
Become the banker is better than an annuity because it's totally tax-free.
So why? Well, because you can borrow from it as a loan, and you don't pay tax on a loan.
Right. But we need to have annuities because there's clients that we have that have a 401k or a 403b or an IRA that may not be working for them.
Right.
They have to have a place to put this money into.
But why not put it into the Become the Banker?
Because the government does not allow you to do that. You can't go from a taxable vehicle into a tax-free vehicle.
Ah.
See, Become the Banker deals with insurance, which is totally tax-free. An IRA or a 401k is fully taxable. That money has not been taxed.
So you can transfer a qualified to a qualified.
That is right.
But you can't cash out your retirement and go into Become the Banker.
Right. We wouldn't suggest that at all because
no.
they would lose a
So
lot
that's
of money.
why you have the annuities as an additional vehicle.
Right. It
okay.
will help people.
But your annuities are not top loaded. They're just a steady fee. And does the fee phase out?
No.
Okay. But it doesn't grow either. I mean, it doesn't hitch up in the beginning either, does it?
It does now. But if you have an IRA with any other investment firm, you'll be paying between 3 and 5% per year in fees. Or annuities only have a 1% fee.
But when you have someone of my age, I might be able to put lump sum in and pull it out anytime I want without penalty. Right? I just pay income tax.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if you have if you have a lump sum of money
in an IRA, I can move it to an annuity.
Right.
And then if I need the money, can I take a lump sum or not?
You can take a well, we would suggest that you take an income stream.
Right.
Not a lump sum.
Right.
An income stream.
But I'm always one of these people say, what if I need the money? That's why with Become the Banker it's convenient because you can take a loan.
Right.
What, with an annuity you can't?
You cannot.
Okay.
You cannot.
All right.
There's two different animals.
What's going on with Dawn? Daphne, what's going on? Tell me this is an update, but I don't recall the original problem. Or was this what we just had?
Yeah, she's
just now.
Yes.
I'm sorry, just now. The one with the fiance or the fiance in Florida. He is in Florida. He went there for a job. The flake that hired him ghosted him. All of a sudden drops him off at a hotel and never talks to him again. Meanwhile, all his stuff is at this guy's house. And his wallet's missing at the same time. So it never rains, it poured for this guy. What's going on, Daph? Or Clint, or anyone who's working on it?
Well, we both are.
Okay, you talk to the pastor.
I spoke with the pastor. And the pastor, he said that he gave money to him so that he could stay in the hotel he's in.
Right.
And that he had a job that he was going to start and go ahead and pay the rest of it. So he has not stayed at the church. The church paid for him to stay there.
We knew that. We knew that.
Right.
The whole point was we wanted to know if the pastor could help track down this clown that hired him. We had we have no problem with them paying for the room.
No, there's no way the pastor could have time to do that. He's taking care of 40 other people that have places they need to live and everything.
Is that their ministry to help homeless people or what?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, to help homeless.
So it's not a normal church, or is it? What is it?
It's a normal church that just helps.
What exactly? I don't think we got across what we wanted. I wanted to know if he had ever heard of this guy or the business or anything because he lives there, not necessarily because he's a pastor. Clint, did you ever hear from this guy? Did you try calling him?
I've tried calling him a couple times, and I texted him. I'm just not hearing from him at all.
Dawn, I wish we had more to tell you, but we are trying to get a hold of this guy, and you haven't heard from your fiance, right?
I have. I got a hold of him, and that's how he got to speak to Daphne and Clint.
Wait. You talked to the actual guy who's down there homeless, right?
I spoke to Ron, yes.
Yeah, well, did you talk to Ron?
Yeah, I talked to Ron.
What did Ron say?
Ron?
He's hurting.
Yeah, but he's kind of, it sounds like he's just given up because I've asked him about day labor and things. He said he can't find anything. The church doesn't have anything. He's just given up, Tom.
But the pastor told me that he has given him a lead on a job.
Yeah, he just spoke to the man, and the man doesn't have any work at all.
But how can he work without an ID? I don't know.
And the man that he had found a boat to work on, and the guy canceled on him. He was supposed to start working on it today, and the guy canceled on him. But the man that the pastor gave him doesn't have any work at all.
All right. For those listening, this guy went to Florida on the hopes of a job, and I can't see for the life of me why this man would have him come to Florida, put him up overnight, and then ghost him. Now, here is, if I didn't know, if I wasn't talking to Dawn, because listen, I'm not trying to give Dawn or anyone a hard time. It sounds like this could have happened, that Ron went down there and somehow did not impress this guy, and this guy got pissed and says, you know what, let me take you to a motel, because he probably figured I'm not going to have him stay with me more than one night. Maybe he did something or said something that maybe didn't sit well with this guy. This guy drops him off at a motel and bye-bye. I don't know. Could that be? I mean, because I'll tell you why. Clint said that, now remember, Dawn, you didn't call to get hell from us, and we're not giving you hell, but we're telling you our honest impression. The short conversation Clint had was like, Ron doesn't want to do anything. And he just, and then Daphne kind of got that impression from the pastor that she wouldn't say it, but it's like, hey, I'm trying to help the guy, but he won't help himself. Wasn't that the impression you got straight up? Yes or no?
Yeah, and he sounds very depressed and not happy.
Okay, so
Exactly the same.
So Dawn, I think that he's gotten his spirit. You know, I mean, he's kind of crushed right now, but because both people trying to help him, you know, get the pastor and Deputy Clint here get the impression he just didn't want to hear anything. What did he want? Does he want to come home?
I don't know. I asked about the tools. He said that was no big deal, and there wasn't that much in the wallet, so he's not even that concerned about getting those back.
But what about his ID?
Didn't seem to be concerned about that.
Well, he has to have an ID to try.
He does. He's extremely.
He's depressed.
Extremely depressed, and he can't think of anything else. And right now, he has no place to stay tonight.
I think if he goes
really
back to the
concerned
church,
about
he can stay there. I think if he stays at the church, he's just not going to be able to stay at the beachfront hotel.
Now, what do you mean the church staff? They put up people
they don't
there?
have an actual church. I guess they set up like a tent.
What does he want?
It's Florida. You can live in a tent.
Here's what I want to know. What does Ron want right now? What does he want?
I think he just needs to see that he has a way out of this.
Okay, here's what he needs, a ticket home.
He needs a glimmer of hope.
Oh, you know what? I'll buy him a ticket to Denver. Will he take it? You know, that's the thing. Get to Denver. Or is Denver not the place to go? Do you guys have a place to live in Denver?
No, he doesn't have. The only person he has is me. He has no family at all.
Okay, Dawn, there could be something going on. I mean, you sure the guy's not a chronic deadbeat and depressed, and you're his crutch? I'm just concerned about you.
He's a very hard worker. He really, really is, and he's really good at what he does.
Okay, so where does he go? Dawn, what did you want to hear from this phone call? Hold on a second. Just hold on.
Now,
I don't know what the fuck she wants.
This report.
Does she want him to go to Maine?
I don't know about that. So she's
I need to know point blank.
She has a GoFundMe site set up for it. I think that's what she really wants to get it across. For $1,000, yeah.
He said he's not a deadbeat, but he
didn't care, did he?
No, he didn't care. He doesn't own a car. I mean, who doesn't own a car?
And what else? What else?
And wasn't even concerned about getting his tools back.
He didn't care.
No.
What did he say?
The tools aren't worth that much. It's not worth hassling.
And he didn't have much in the wallet.
No, I said there wasn't that much in the wallet.
So what does he want?
What does he want?
That's what I couldn't get out of him.
The job?
He wants a job. I said, well, I can't get you a job here.
This says he's really good at teak work on boats.
Okay,
so it's
well.
the old wooden boats. Which is, I don't know how many are down there.
I don't know. I couldn't get how.
You know, I'll tell you our real problem today. That's the best we have that we have to help. Is that fucking guy with the sex?
Oh yeah.
Community corrections guy that got fucked. That is a story.
Yeah. The rest of these are.
Don't you think, Dan?
Oh no.
And I don't know if
literally got
but that's not what she wants. She wants a lawyer to sue. She's not really looking for that guy so much.
No, but that guy's in prison and shit.
I know, that's the
God
worst.
damn it. But here's the other thing. And the one about the kid in jail, that's not good either. That kid, that veteran, I mean, he might be some fucking idiot, but it's pretty clear he's not in his right mind.
Right.
So he did shoot.
That guy's dying of cancer in jail.
So he did hit some cars.
He hit some cars, yeah.
That's what he's not going to be charged with attempted murder. He's going to be charged with felony menacing and he will get.
Well, not first degree attempt murder.
No. You'd have to be. You'd have to premeditate it for that. You're right today, Tom.
Or send him money.
See, I thought Delbert should have been really the one who were helping.
God, no. Not Delbert, my God. Man, he got off the tirade, wasn't he? Well, Lord Almighty.
You know, I mean, I don't care if the sound's on or not. I'm in pain management. I have been for 20-some years.
This I believe.
And if you're in pain management, and you go and tell anybody that you've had anything stolen.
You know, from just what you said, Dab, I discerned that the pastor's kind of fed up with the guy. No, am I wrong?
I believe that. Yeah.
Anyway, pain management. I would never tell anybody that any of these things ever happened because then it looks like you're just pumping drugs. I've never taken one more than what this prescribed to me. I've held that straight now for years.
I don't think a scam. I just think that he's like a deadbeat.
928-0499. Kind of what I get.
After all this time, if he was a hard worker, why didn't he have a fucking car? Why doesn't he own a car?
Yeah, that's exactly. I've had a couple grand.
This woman sounds so sweet.
She really is. She's ridiculous.
Did you know indoor air can be 5 times dirtier than outdoor
But I don't want to
does she live someplace
take the rest of the show.
She lives in Maine.
Oh, she
Listen,
lives in
tell
Maine.
Dawn we're going to research this and get her back on tomorrow.
Okay,
that's what we're going to do. We really will.
Well, buy a ticket to Maine.
I want you to get a hold of Gelcoat if you can.
I've been trying. I texted him, I called him twice.
Okay.
Captain Joker. I'd love to hear from him and see what he has to say.
Right, exactly. That's the key right
Yeah,
there.
I told him, I said, I just want to find your side of the story.
This is the guy, maybe we don't want to scare the hell out of him. I think the guy's got a story to tell.
It made Time Magazine's list of best inventions. For truly clean air in rooms big or small, there's a molecule air purifier for you. Try it for 60 days risk-free and send it back if you're not satisfied. Plus, right now, when you visit molecule.com, spelled MOLEKULE, you'll save 10% with promo code FRESHAIR. That's promo code FRESHAIR. Don't collect balloons. Destroy them with Molecule.
It may not be stomach issues.
I should get a GoFundMe to buy one of those lifts.
I spent years with the symptoms but could never figure it out. No matter what I
Have you seen these, Joe?
What's
Look
that?
at these are
What?
these lifts. These little towable lifts are just.
Oh, God, you're still on that, Dano?
Why would you want to do that?
We need a lift.
We need a lift. Look at you can tow it. That is terrible. But you can tow it, and it sets up. It'll go 34 feet high and 20 feet out. What would you need?
I don't need that. That's
what if you
overkill.
do need this, Tom?
No, that's overkill for me.
You need this. Look at
You can't rent it, can you?
No, you can rent it for $1,000 a week.
Yeah, fuck that. I need to get my hanger. I got to put new legs.
And use the symptom checker to
But just
help
look at how these things work. I mean,
Brought to you by AbbVie.
Ask Alexa to play 630.
so you can tow it. It's got the blades. It runs on batteries. It can go 34 feet out, 20 feet.
Oh, wow.
Just think of all the stuff you can do with it. You can do become the tow.
You know what?
Become the banker.
No, I mean, I'd like to get one of those.
How much is he signing that for?
16,000? Is that what it is?
It's a used one. It's 17. They're really cool.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Listen, we are going to give this problem some thought overnight and get her back on. I have a terrible feeling. First of all, why doesn't he even own a vehicle if he's been a hard worker for years and had his own business? Is Dawn being taken advantage of? What do you guys think? Somebody called. What do you think, Dano?
I think somewhat.
There's something wrong with this guy.
He had a big something. He lost everything.
She said, no, he's a hard worker, a sweet guy. That's not on this one, is it? Did you talk? Okay. We're trying to get a hold of Captain Gelcoat, the guy in Florida that sent for him to work. Here's what I think happened. I think Ron showed up in Florida and turned off this guy for some reason. I think Captain Gelcoat said, the hell with this guy, dropped him off at a motel and ghosted him because he's oh man, it's not as represented. I don't know. Now, somebody else called and asked if you can outlive an annuity. Not if the annuity can outlive you, then your estate gets a lump sum, but can you live long enough where you run out of money?
Not with the annuities that we have.
Why?
They go
Is there a
the-
guarantee?
It's a guarantee. It's what they call a guarantee payment. You will get it till the day you drop dead, and if there's anything left,
But that payment is based on what you put in.
it's based on what you put in and what the annuity has grown to. It's not only the principal, but what the annuity has
I
accumulated.
understand. So, do you give a range of payments they'll get when they retire?
Yeah. Once you turn the switch on and you said, I want to have a
Yeah.
payment for life,
Yes.
the company will calculate the amount of money that you will get each
But that
and every
switch
year.
cannot be turned on until 59 and a half.
No, you can turn them on anytime. Like anybody can turn the switch on.
If I want to retire at 45,
If you want to retire at 45,
then
35.
don't I pay a penalty?
No, because if it's the only penalty you pay will be a qualified plan.
So with a qualified plan,
You
it's
do pay a
59 and a
penalty.
half.
Yes, 15 and a half.
And you don't pay a penalty. You pay normal income.
A non-qualified plan, you don't have to
Okay.
pay a penalty.
Hold on, Joe. We're talking over each other.
Okay.
On a qualified plan, if they're going to transfer a lump sum from another qualified plan into a qualified plan, or if they've been making payments on a qualified plan, they may not take distributions until 59 and a half, or they will pay a penalty.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Correct. Yep.
Now, you do sell qualified plans.
We do.
Okay. But then there's also a non-qualified plan.
That is right.
That's anyone can open it up at any time.
That's right.
The money is not deductible.
That is right. And there's no penalty.
It's after-tax money.
Right.
And that after-tax money you can put in and flip the switch for income whenever it's mathematically feasible.
That is correct.
But that you only pay income tax, never a penalty.
That is correct.
All right.
Yep.
See, Joe knows a lot more than Become the Banker. If you want to talk to him about anything, 303-779-6600. If you want a webinar on the other stuff, it's becomethebanker.org to find out more. I'm Tom Martino. We're simply out of time. Don't forget, referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.